Spacebound salutations, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to session 12 of Yuma Station, our precariously planned actual play using Mongoose Traveler 2.0. This here program, along with a shenanigan load of other gamerific brouhaha, is delivered on the regular by the Flying Wendigos at Happy Jacks RPG Network, conveniently located at happyjacks.org. The year is 2030. I didn't know the year is. The year is 2320. Humanity has been traveling across the galaxy for 120 years, racing ever outwards to the edge of charted space. And at that ragged edge is Yuma Station.
Now,
as you may have put together by now, I'm Bill, your commonly humbled station master that looks forward to these Mondays we share like a delicious pie. I don't know why it's pie, other than that I really like pie and I really like this game. And anyway, let's meet our crew before I go down any more food-related analogies. As we take our virtual tabletop tour, please tell us your name, a little about your Yuma Station alter ego, and the craziest thing you've ever done in the name of love or honor. You can pass to the next person you choose to, but we will start with Jason Mills.
Hi, I'm Jason. I'm playing Alex Murillo, resident vac suit specialist and knowledger of psionics and the secret behind why they exist. I whiffed on the prompt. What was it?
Yes, our fun prompt for today is the craziest thing that you have ever done in the name of love or honor.
So last time we talked about how Alex's first boyfriend, they were on a break, and then Alex was dating his first girlfriend, and then they found out, and then there was a whole we were on a break. That was when he hurt someone. Let's see. Craziest thing he did in favor of love. I think the Marine that he rescued in his background wound up, like they went through some shit and kind of had a crush, and then they had like a pretty hot fling. And to like before that it like fully ended, he like snuck onto her base and had a little fling. I mean, she helped arrange him like to get onto base, but he wasn't supposed to be there, and could have been arrested and gone to prison for that. So yeah, that's probably it.
Nice. Who'd you like to pitch that to? And I'm sure Hutch will regale anyone who gets to know you. And
well, speaking of the Navy, Miles.
Hi, y'all. Jay Holtham here, playing Miles Manning. Unclear of my exact role on the ship, other than like ship worrier.
You have the designated brain cell.
I'm just it's not doing much. Let me tell you, not doing much. So, yep. So Miles was in the Navy, and the craziest thing he ever did for love or honor was for honor. He at a bar picked a fight with a bunch of Marines who are very tough, and there was like 4 of them, one of whom had tried to cheat a friend of Miles's at pool, and Miles caught them, and out of honor fought or attempted to fight several Marines, and it did not end well, but it was an honorable act. And I will pitch it to Benjamin.
Aha! Greetings, everyone. I am CADave, and I'm playing Benjamin Lister, our resident conspiracy theorist slash meme host, like spreading his tales of ridiculousness about the holographic internet. And turns out sometimes he's right. That's kind of scaring him at the moment, but that's pretty cool at the same time. I think it's a little bit of a combination love and honor thing, but if you ask Benjamin, love wouldn't have anything to do with it. He has a friend who is a professor that he knew back when he was in academia, before he started his career in entertainment. She had a coworker that essentially kind of stole a paper out from under her and published it for themselves. And I think I probably kind of ruined their career digitally. Managed to put a whole bunch of information out about all the things that this person's ever done poorly, and all the, some of it probably even made up, but enough that this person was no longer an employee of the university by the time I was done. But it was really more of a, I'm helping my friend. It's just my friend, for sure. Really. Kind of situation. And with that, I shall pass it off to Sal.
I was muted. Hello, I'm Sam. I play Salamander Brooks, the ship's resident stabby person. Let's see. The craziest thing Sal ever did for love or honor was definitely for honor. She hasn't done much for love. But when she was a young and up and coming mercenary slash assassin slash scary person for hire, she hadn't quite gained the reputation for do not cross this person yet. And she went to turn in a job, and the employers tried to stiff her on the payment, to which she responded by hunting them all down and making a very gruesome example of them. So yeah, so nobody after that really tried to renegotiate, as it were, after a job was completed with Sal. And I'm gonna send it over to she who can kill you with her brain, Clara.
Hello. I have no idea. I'm Clara. I play Blue Lynn Wallace, the ship's self-nominated pilot slash problem psychic. I have been struggling with this question. Beyond Blue's entire career in naval intelligence for misguided, for misplaced, what's the word? Surrogate father figure situations. I think back at Naval Academy on Blue's 21st birthday, there was a challenge set, and it could not go unanswered. And now Blue has a butterfly tattoo on her ankle she doesn't remember getting, because that could not go unanswered.
Excellent. Thank you. Have I mentioned I love this group? You are, you guys are all, you're also fantastic. It is the first time, maybe the only time, that I'm going to associate a butterfly tattoo with the craziest thing done for honor. It's amazing.
If someone throws down a challenge, You answer it.
Speaking of answering, Sam, would you be kind enough to regale us with the tales of session 11 and answer all of our questions of what the heck happened the last time we played?
I sure would, because I don't remember. Let's see what happened in session 11. All right. Sal called Xanthus over the comms, who had continued the pub crawl, quote unquote, with a couple of dudes that invited him for a drink. Oh, good. She got his coordinates, and they made haste over to what looks like a private residence. He's a little embarrassed and asks just her to come in. Blue peeks in mentally, and there's two dudes, one down and one flailing about in Xanthus' grip. Sal heads in and threatens the heck out of the flailing guy, whose name is Kenneth Canal. She intimidates him just a bit, takes his knife, some of his dignity, and threatens him with death if he talks. He agrees not to. Xanthus apologizes, and she reassures him, then escorts him out to the waiting Scooby Gang. The crew tries to buck him up on the way back to the ship, stopping off for booze and snacks. Sal is first on the ship, and the good boys report no intruders. Miles is, all caps, not pleased to see them. Sal begrudgingly agrees not to make more robots operational until he gets more info on Dr. Owens. Xanthus Zoidberg's out of there when things get tense. After a somewhat terse conversation, Ben visits Sal and the doggos to ask about their capabilities. She gives him the rundown of their combat readiness, and he seems reassured-ish. She questions them about their range effectiveness. That's better near the ship, but they can operate autonomously in battle. Blue talks to Monty, and he is feeling better. She questions him about his psychic abilities, and when she asks about teleportation, he disappears. She panic walks to the galley and tells Alex that she lost the frog. They start looking and ask Ursula to scan the ship for him. Ursula snitches to Benjamin because she's scared. Ben comes to help, and Blue does a lot of panic explaining. Monty could be anywhere on the station or on the prophecy dancer. So she has to call Portia at 3 a.m. to check. He is, in fact, aboard that ship. Miles is the first up in the morning. He has a message from his contact. Dr. Owens has a teaching position at an academy in the Ricaric system. Good news, everyone. Our robots did not murder him. Miles gets dressed and heads to the sheriff's office, where he tells the sheriff the ambassador stayed on the ship. The crew had dinner at a restaurant, then went back to the ship to prepare for departure. The sheriff asks if any of our crew perhaps went to the Paradiso. The records show an entry charge to our ship there. Miles promises to ask the crew if they have any information. He is definitely lying. Afterwards, he researches the Ricaric system. Dr. Owens is at the Astronomicon University of Ricaric, about 2 jumps away. He books himself a flight for 2 weeks from now. News item, the captain of the Caliper has succumbed to the minor sweats. The ship arrives. Alex and Blue greet the person, who turns out to be Morrigan, here to quote unquote talk to Sal. She stays for the day. The supply ship shows up next, then a shuttle from station transport with a passenger. It's an animal delivery. It's Berkeley with Monty. Blue takes the bucket and chases it while Alex invites Berkeley in for a tour of engineering. She is fascinated by the engines and unfortunately no longer has eyes for Alex only once she gets a gander at those. Miles won't let her help though, so Alex shows her his project, and she's pretty enamored with his work. They do a little bonding. Blue takes Monty back to his tank on the bridge. He thought teleporting was scary but fun and asks her to teach him. Morrigan and Sal have a cute scene. Sal gets a feeling, and she sets her up with a recommendation for a place on the station to stay. Ben reaches out for information on the minor sweats, and a contact agrees to connect him with the planet's surface health officials. His old videos are getting some serious replay, and at home, Officer Tower recognizes him from his foray into the police station. I think that's where we left it.
Wonderful. Yes, as I recall, our last line was Officer Tower looking at him saying, like, there's that son of a bitch, as Benjamin's face. One of the benefits of having a high soch, people recognize you. Sarah, Benjamin, had you been associating yourself with the ambassador and the ambassador's ship on the station?
Well, I mean, the closest I got was when we went to dinner before the hallucinogenic frog incident. But I never did anything in particular about, like, I didn't represent myself directly as a...
Right. And you've never been the ambassador. No one's actually been the ambassador yet, I don't believe. No. We just talk about the ambassador.
They're unavailable most of the time.
Yes, which is very convenient.
We're gonna weekend at Bernie's this shit. I know it.
Yes.
Maybe it could be
Xanthus could be our ambassador.
Xanthus, thank you. Yeah, no one's really met him, and he's not going to be in anyone's database.
Nope.
And he doesn't leave fingerprints or genetic markers laying around.
So I think the next morning, Sal, you can reach out to Parker.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that she has some good connections in terms of finding like reasonably nice areas on the station,
but not exorbitantly expensive.
But yes, but not exorbitantly expensive. Yes. So you would probably that could be a good person for you to see if they might be able to help Morgan.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
Parker's Picks. This is Parker.
Hey, Parker. It's Sal.
Oh, hi, Sal. How are you?
I'm doing excellent.
What can I help you with today?
Well, I am full up on guns for the moment. Probably need some more soon. But I do have a need for some accommodations for a friend of mine who's looking to stay on the station somewhere nice but affordable.
Do you want to set them up down here on this level, or something a little higher up on the station?
A little higher up would be great.
Okay, I have a client who is going out on a expedition tour, and they're looking for someone to sublet their flat for 3 months. And it's a good deal because they're leaving really soon.
Awesome. What's the cost approximately?
They wanted to get 10, but I know I can get it for less. I could probably get it for 7,000 for the 3 months.
That is pretty good. Yeah, if you can get it for the 7,000, I think we can swing that.
All right, let me call them, and then I'll buzz you back and let you know if that's the case. But it's actually up on Ring J, so it's much higher up than here. It's respectable, but not exorbitant and not flashy, but definitely in a safe quadrant of that ring.
Awesome. That sounds like exactly what I was looking for. Yeah, buzz me back when you have confirmation on that.
Okay, great. Anything else I can get for you today?
Not today, but I'll let you know if anybody on the crew needs something when we talk next.
Okay, great. I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
Awesome. Thanks, Parker.
And she hangs up. Blue, you're getting coffee or tea or whatever your morning drink of choice is. And you feel a little tickle in the back of your brain. And you hear, teach vine jump now?
I've been wondering about that. I don't know how to teleport. So I don't know if I could teach Monty. I can try. I mean, why not? I'll send back can I do I have to roll for it, or can I just send back?
No, he's connected to you.
Oh.
So you've just got a channel open.
Yeah, let's have a jump lesson. This can't go wrong ever.
No, not go wrong, go good.
Go good. I'll grab Monty's bowl and bring him to the galley for a lesson, because that's gonna end well for everyone. Yeah.
All right, excellent.
Hey, weird question.
Yes.
Do you remember when I made Alex steal a bunch of drugs from me?
I do.
Did I ever get those back?
I believe that you got those when you exchanged some DNA.
Awesome.
With Alex. That was the trade. He's like, oh sure, but you're gonna help me out with this thing. So
I'm gonna grab a bottle of some of those. I'm not gonna take them yet, but they're for Monty training.
Okay. Absolutely.
I'm just living for Jay's face right now. Sorry.
Make good choices, y'all. Just make good choices.
Great choices.
That's You do not do that.
Just to make the subtext text clear, are you planning on giving psionic drugs dosed for humans to your psionic toad to help him train his psionic toad powers?
Potentially. We're gonna see how Monty does without it first, and then maybe like a little bit. I don't know what the dosage is for toads.
Thank you for indulging my question. No more questions, Your Honor.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Benjamin, do you make a computers plus intelligence roll for me, if you would, and just tell me what number you get.
Well,
one of your spiders goes off, and you can see that there is some search activity around your name in the station's official databases.
Coming from, I assume, the sheriff's office.
It looks like it's coming from, yes, the sheriff's office.
Okay. Well, that's not an ideal situation. However, I am not listed as part of the crew or an owner or anything of Ursula.
And how did you get your space on the station?
Yeah, I must have used it. I would have used some kind of a fake name or false identity or something. Like that is absolutely something that I would do, even if it's like a pseudonym or something like that.
Right, because the whole idea is to be broadcasting from who knows where, right? And you're hiding.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So I
Good
probably
deal.
still have that identity.
Right. Okay. So that's really all you've seen so far, is that you're basically getting a tickle on your spider's webs that the Benjamin Lister is being looked into in some type of official legal capacity.
Sure. Can I like muddy the waters of those searches? Like,
Sure. What would you like to do?
just see if I can influence things to provide bad results. Like, anytime somebody does a search for Benjamin Lister, it comes up with like the 5th page of Bing results.
I got you.
Right? Instead of first, the first page of Google kind of
Right.
result.
You want the results to come back with not necessarily disinformation, but just
mostly useless. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and make a computers plus int roll.
All right. Here's where it's going to go badly, I'm sure. No, it didn't go badly at all. It went the exact opposite of badly.
Excellent.
Oh, hold on. Let's see what it actually turned out to be when I do the
Ooh,
math.
maths.
16.
All right.
Because I got boxcars.
Nice.
So
And
those
for
dice can
anyone
rest over here a minute.
joining us this week or is unfamiliar with Traveler, pretty much every roll is 2d6, and then you're adding modifiers based on your skill and your statistic. So a 16 on 2d6 is a excellent result. Yes, you feel like you have done an excellent job of obfuscation and misdirection.
Fantastic. I will sit happily and satisfied in my cocoon of digital lies.
Alex, you get a ping on your comm from Xanthus.
Okay.
Just
answer
to
that.
you.
Well, am I alone in the workshop?
Where is that where you would like to be in the morning?
Probably. And well, it depends on whether Berkeley stayed over.
Do you tell me? Did Berkeley stay over?
Well, I mean, she was invited to stay over if she doesn't mind staying in my cabin.
She did not mind, and she did.
Okay. Then I'm probably sleeping in a little bit. Also based on the number of nights I've spent on the kitchen table, just
right,
falling asleep wherever I happen to fall asleep that night is a thing with Alex. So, probably having a bit of a sleep in.
Okay. So your sleep in is disturbed then by a familiar voice.
Alex, are you awake yet?
Technically, yes. Hi, Xanthus. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. I wanted to know if I could ask you for a favor, if now is a convenient time.
Well, you can tell me what the favor is, and I'll tell you if I can hop to it or not.
And as you kind of wake up and look around, you can see that Berkeley's gone. But there's a note next to you.
Okay.
On the bed. It says, love your work. Thanks for the evening. We should do this again.
Okay.
Had to get back to the ship. Didn't want to wake you.
Oh yeah. Okay. Then Alex is up and at him, and yep. Okay. Well, Xanthus, where do you want me to meet you?
Well, wherever's convenient for you, the workshop, or I could come to your quarters, whatever you prefer.
Is it private? Because I need to swing by the galley for coffee. If you want to talk in the galley, or we can go somewhere private to talk if you prefer.
Well, I'll wait for you in the workstation then, and after you get your coffee. I understand that you need that.
Okay, I will. I'll be right there.
Alrighty, and
Oh, and Bill, I wanted to
Yeah.
ask you real quick while I got you here. I was double checking my to-do list
Yes.
for the suit, and my understanding is I've checked off the cloth armor component, the actual vac suit part of it.
Yep.
It technically works. Didn't we check
power-
off 3 things?
Yeah, the power, the power
Oh.
component that you did with Miles.
And the power, okay, so that was gonna. Okay, because I don't have the power thing on my list here. I have electronics, grav assist, thruster pack, and then wasn't going to need some of the tools because of the things I had access to.
Right. Yeah, there left is. Let me go here. I'm hoping I actually put it on your thing. Yes. So the things I have checked off is obviously the boarding back suit itself. The grav assist is what we checked off with Miles. So that's
what he
checked off with you. The cloth armor is checked off with Sal. And then the Starship Engineer toolset and the Weapon Engineer toolset, Xanthus is providing. So you've got the electronic suite with Benjamin and the thruster pack 2 with Blue. That's what you have left.
Cool.
And you are at the point where you could use the suit at 75% capability at this point.
Got it. Okay.
So if you had to use it, you just wouldn't have the electronic suite or the thruster pack, but you'd be able to do all the other stuff.
Sure. Okay. Okay, cool. Just wanted to double check on that. I know it takes a fair bit of time to work on that stuff, but
yeah, whenever your next jump is, it's a great downtime. It's a great opportunity that week that it takes to travel places is very helpful.
Cool.
Miles, I know you've set up your trip in a couple of weeks. You've also received another message, and this one is actually from Cam. And all it says is Jostrom's Strand.
Jostrom's Strand.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean literally anything to me?
Probably not.
Okay. Well. Trying to think of what I would do. I guess I'd just send back a question mark.
Okay. It will probably take some time to get there.
Yep.
And to get an answer back, but
yep. That's what I'd do.
Who is in the galley? Anyone else in there? Alex is probably getting your coffee and whatnot.
Sal probably comes down to get coffee for her and Morgan, who I'm assuming is there in the morning.
Yes. And she's like, oh, wow, thanks. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I'd love a double, a large, whatever the biggest cup you have is really.
You got it. I'll be right back.
It's that comedically large 2-gallon coffee mug.
It's like the
Actual
7-Eleven giant trucker mugs. Yeah.
We just call it a vat.
So Alex and Sal, you're in the galley when Blue comes in, carrying Monty in his terrarium.
Blue, Captain.
Morning, Blue. What's up, Monty?
Do you guys mind if we work in here?
What you working on?
We're gonna work on jump control with Monty.
And Monty rainbows.
Okay, just so you know, the Prophecy Dancer did leave system this morning, so.
Oh, I know. I wish that I could promise that nothing was gonna happen. We're gonna work on just a small space, and hopefully I can that will be keeping goals small.
Wait, what kind of jumping are you doing?
Minor teleportation.
Wait, the frog can teleport?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a whole thing yesterday.
I forgot that I didn't tell you.
That's so cool.
We're very proud of him, sort of.
That would be super useful for like stealing small items.
I don't know that Monty has thumbs. Do
Well, if he
toads have
could-
thumbs?
He could fit it in his mouth.
That's true. I don't.
And as Alex says that, there's a little bug in Monty's just like whips out this thing.
So it's
I just realized I don't know how big Monty is. Is he like a little frog or like toad size or?
Mentally he sort of is like I have him as like kind of a one hand over full or two hands comfortably.
So like
frog.
a kind of a fist size.
Yeah, it's like a
toad.
fist-sized toad.
That's a decent sized toad. You could steal
Yeah.
like a big diamond.
He's a
Yep.
hand and a half toad.
He's a hand and a half
yeah.
toad.
A bastard
A
toad.
bastard toad. I'm glad we went there together.
Perfect.
Yes, he. We're just gonna work on. We're working on. The terrarium is small, and I don't really feel like. I don't know. This is. I wanted to use the big table,
Yeah, go for it. I'm going back upstairs with my coffee. So
and I
Oh.
unceremoniously dump Monty on the table, like bloop, drop him on the table.
But be sure to record, right? Like this
No.
could be really important.
No. You want a. I mean, first of all, Ursula's probably listening, so it's usually always happening.
Did you need something, Blue? Did you need help with anything?
Not just yet. Do you mind keeping an eye on Monty, just tracking him around the ship if he moves?
Of course.
Wonderful. But yes, I don't think we need a visual record of whatever's happening here.
How about a locator tag?
Well, Ursula's paying attention.
Ursula, can you find Monty if he teleports inside of a cabinet?
Yes, I can track his biometrics no matter where he
Oh.
goes on the ship.
Terrific. Ursula, you are one of the most impressive machines I've ever met. This is incredible.
Well, thank you, Alex. That's very kind of you to say.
I have a question out of character that is stupid, but I have to ask.
Yes.
And I feel like Blue would know this. When you teleport, does everything on your person go with you?
Yes, from what you have seen of the few individuals at the Institute that had that capability, they could take things with them, including what they were wearing.
That is that was the actual question I had, was like, if we put a tag on Monty, would he just teleport out of it?
But it also means if you teleport into somewhere naked, that was a choice.
Yes, which
Yes.
who knows what pranks psychics get up to,
Or,
frankly.
Element of surprise.
untrained. It could be that you're
Or
untrained. You
untrained.
haven't learned to take a certain amount of mass with you quite yet, but
Just psionics popping into each other's dorms. But yeah, no, I was just curious. We're just gonna I'm gonna set up little bowls, I guess, around on the table. If I can find multicolored bowls, that would be helpful.
Sure.
And those will just be places that I'll have, he understands color, so I can indicate a color and have him and try to walk Monty through, like, thinking about teleporting to a specific colored bowl. Does
okay.
that seem like a reasonable way to
Sure.
guide a frog to teleporting?
Absolutely.
This is happening.
Why don't you?
You
Why
are
don't you?
literally inventing a field of science as we speak. So whatever you choose is the way.
Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and roll your telepathy plus psionics?
I'm so scared.
It's a 4 or plus to connect, but you just need to
Yeah.
establish the connection this time.
Okay. 7 plus whatever my telepathy is, 1 plus 1.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
No worries.
Cool. And then okay. Monty, show me the color red.
Okay. And he turns red.
Okay. Do you see that red bowl?
Yes.
Okay. I'm waiting for like confirmation because every once in a while someone's going to I need you to how did you do the thing last time? Don't do it. Just do you know how you did it?
Maybe think go place, Monty. No, then go place.
Okay. Can you think very hard about that red bowl? And it's just like a bowl across the table.
Mm-hmm.
I understand what his
Okay.
jump range is like. Just very close. That bowl.
And he's still where you set him on the table.
Okay. I'm not sure how to teach a frog how to meditate, but we're gonna find out. And I think Blue is just gonna start with a guided meditation for this frog. I want you to clear your
Excellent.
mind, picture a pond.
Pond.
And like she'll start like walking him through the idea of like separating yourself mentally from like where you are, and which is again very confusing for a toad, I'm assuming. But yeah, like clearing your mind, calming down, and then focusing all of your energy on the task of, I guess, appearing in the red bowl. Just think very hard about what the red bowl looks like. I can't teleport. This is very confusing.
And there's a shimmer, and Monty's in the red bowl.
Yes! Holy shit.
And he's like,
I guess we're done for today. Never seen a frog snore. Were Alex
I only made the snoring noise.
No,
so
it's
you knew he wasn't-
adorable.
You knew he wasn't dead. But yes, he obviously passes out and his tongue sticks out of his side of his mouth. And
Are Alex
but
and
you see his
Sal
little,
still here?
his little body moving.
No, Sal went back with her coffee.
And I think Alex is probably in engineering because he assumed this was going to take way longer.
It probably did. However, I'm going to grab the bowl with Monty in it and take it to engineering. I have to show you a frog in a bowl.
So Xanthus is just about to have a conversation with you when Blue runs in with Monty in a bowl. And he's at least not awake.
Is he dead?
No, he did the thing.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine.
Ursula, how are Monty's vitals?
He seems to be resting.
Oh,
He's
good.
just asleep. He's just a sleepy toad who teleported.
And just across what you told him to do, like he hit the target?
Yes.
Wow, that is incredibly impressive.
I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I don't know what any of us are going to do with this. Maybe we don't tell Sal. Do we tell Sal?
Bill, I have an out of character question. At one point, we had thought the rainbow toads were an alien species because you'd said we found like alien animals and plants and stuff, but not intelligent life, right?
Yes.
Okay. So were the frogs human gene engineered animals, or were they alien life forms?
Human engineered. They're biogenetically engineered
Perfect.
to be hallucinogenic.
This fits my worldview precisely. So Alex says, I wonder if these frogs were one of the first experiments that the alien species worked on.
You are taking the fun out of my teleporting toad. I just need you to know this.
No, just because you know how it works doesn't mean it's not magic.
I promise you, Monty is not an alien.
But the thing is, you can't know that.
I am not an alien. None of that. This is just normal people evolving.
Oh, well, okay, but I still would like to. I mean, you gave me the DNA sample. I'm grateful for that. I don't have a DNA sequencer on board, but I think it's worth taking it apart to see if any of it isn't human.
I'm going to ask you a very important question right now. You took DNA
You gave me DNA.
that I gave you.
Yes, yeah,
And then but you didn't have a sequencer.
right.
So where did it go?
Well, it's in my quarters.
And you're just hanging on to it.
Yeah,
You're not doing anything with it.
not until I can get a DNA sequencer.
You haven't sent it to anyone.
No. I'm not an idiot. I can tell that you think I am. I can assure you that I'm not.
I was like deciding whether I would waste a psionic roll to let you know that I thought it. I'm gonna show my toad to Miles. Monty, we should be proud of him. I think you're crazy. And I'm gonna leave with the toad.
Sal, you get a ping back while you and Morgan are having coffee. And it's Parker, and she's like, hey, Sal, just want to get back to you. Yeah, all arranged. Actually, they're shipping out tomorrow, so anytime after about 2:00 station time afternoon is great.
Excellent.
Are you coming down? Is there an ID I can give them so they know who's coming in?
Yeah, I'll give them, as long as Morgan's okay with it, I'll give Parker her details.
Yeah, that's fine. Wow, this is so nice. I really appreciate it. I haven't wanted to go back down to Rust Rise.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't seem safe there right now. Plus, if you're here on the station, it'll be easier for us to spend time together.
Yeah. It would. I could even have you over to my place.
You sure could. That sounds like fun.
So yeah, go ahead. Sure. Go ahead and
Okay.
give her my info.
Great. Here, Parker, this is Morgan is going to come and pick up the keys or whatever. I don't know how.
Keys, basically, sure. Yeah.
Keys, basically. Yeah, and she'll be staying there. She's a good friend of mine.
Oh yeah, of course, no problem. Yeah, if she can just come by Pix, I've got the fob here, so she can come pick it up.
Sounds perfect. Yeah, if I have time, I'll come down with her, but if not, that's who's going to be coming to pick it up.
All right, great. I guess we'll talk to you later.
All right, cool. Talk to you later.
And Parker hangs up.
Could I do the Xanthus conversation?
Yes.
I'm real curious.
So I wanted to know, well, first, thank you for having my back when we were on the station. I think that's the right way of saying that, right? Supporting me? Is that the right way to say it? Having my back?
We're crew, of course.
I know you really feel that way, and and Sal really feels that way, and I feel like Benjamin and Blue are okay with what I'm doing. I'm really worried about Miles though, and I felt at first I was really close to Miles, but he seems really bothered by the fact that I'm trying to be more useful like this. And I was just wondering if maybe you could talk to him. I mean,
I will talk to him, Xanthus. I'm happy to do that, but I want to ask you because, I wasn't here when everybody first met y'all, you and Ursula and Chernobyl.
Well, Chernobog, but sure.
It's my nickname for him.
Oh, all right. I'll remember that.
But from what I understand, so for instance, if I met somebody and I didn't know anything about where they came from or who they were, who their people were, or, what they've been up to in their life, I would have questions, right? Like before I could really get close with someone, I want to know a little bit about them. Like Ben and I have a long history, and Blue and I have had a lot of conversations. Sal, I just know as a murderer, and that's been pretty clear. Like she's fairly transparent about that. And Miles, I get from talking to Blue, like I get where Miles is coming from as a fellow engineer. Like we have kind of some shared experiences. And so I think one of the things that might be tricky, and this is true for a lot of, like when we think about psychological backgrounds for intelligent species, they base their judgments on past information. Most intelligent, even a lot of sentient creatures that aren't fully sapient, so, like training an animal or something, they do the thing because they got a treat last time. And so I think what that boils down to is that some people are going to be uncomfortable because we don't know a lot about where you're from or how you came to be because you're unique, right? And so for a machine that has a lot of power and resources, and like, I'm confident that you or Ursula or Chernobog are not going to just like open the doors and blast us into space. That's not an issue. But the fact is, I don't know why you wouldn't, because I don't know where you're from or how you got to, how you went from being a computer to being a person, right? Does that make sense?
Yes. And you trust me.
I do.
So why does Miles not?
Well, I don't know, but I'm guessing that it's linked to maybe not knowing a lot about your past.
I've shared as much as I know with him. I've told him about Dr. Owens, and I've given him files, and I've worked side by side with him at attempting to repair the engine. And I desire to continue that, as I know that he's brought on parts to attempt to address the challenges that the engine seems to have with the leaks. But I don't believe that he would welcome my help as you have. And I would like to address that. I would like to be a member of the crew. I desire to be more like all of you.
I understand why you would feel that way. That's a really normal thing for a sapient being to want, is to feel like you belong. Most of the theories that talk about the development of intelligent life is that it's almost certainly going to happen among groups that require cooperation, unlike, where you have really solitary, predatory species. Sorry, so it's a tangent. It's just an area of study that I'm interested in. But that feeling of being able to know each other and that breeding trust is a big part of it. And the reason why your situation is unique is that all of us here, and I would imagine almost every human being in the galaxy have never met a mechanical person like you, right? Like, I don't want to call you a robot. You're not a robot. You're you're a sapient being as far as I'm concerned. But we don't know how you got to be that way. And, as is the case with a lot of pure, like, dumb old computer programs, there can be code hidden in there. There can be buggy software. There can be all sorts of things that are worth being concerned about and double checking. And, I think it's great that you've been helping Miles try to find answers to that stuff, but I imagine he's going to be reticent until, we really know what happened to Dr. Owens and what he was all about, and, what was his motivation to help a sapient being into existence.
I'd also like to know what happened with Dr. Owens. We seemed to be getting along fine, and then he was gone, and then I was with all of you.
What were the circumstances in which he left? I know you probably talked about it with everyone else, but I didn't want to pry, but since we're talking about it, I'd be really interested to know.
My last memory is of the doctor and I being, I'll put on my glasses. Of the doctor and I being on a world somewhere past the edge.
The edge of what?
Charted space. He wished to explore further. And that he was going to go down to the planet. And that's my last memory.
Huh. Can you think of any reason why there would be a big gap in your, and so the next thing you remember is Miles and crew coming on board?
The next thing I remember is Ursula requiring assistance with engineering because Miles was having difficulties with the main jump drive and the reactors, and she found me to help.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what happened to Dr. Owens.
Well, Ursula, I mean, have you been?
I think he just left me. Why would he leave me?
Well, Xanthus, we don't know that he chose to leave you, right? If he got into trouble on that planet, he may have been stuck and sent the ship away to save you all, you and Ursula and Chernobog et al.
There wasn't anyone else. There wasn't Ursula or Chernobog. There was just the doctor and myself. I only have knowledge of Ursula when she came to find me, and then when Chernobog came online when the ship was in danger.
Well,
but I've never interacted with either of them before now.
Okay.
Do you think the doctor's all right? Do you think we could find him?
Well, we would have to know what planet he was looking at. I mean, there's no reason why we couldn't hop out to the edge and look around if we've got the funds to, make a long trip. I'm an explorer. I'm interested in finding out what he found interesting way out there past the edge. So, well, if you don't mind, Ursula, have you been following along?
Yes. Is there a way that I can help, Alex?
Well, I was just curious if you have a memory of what's your last memory of Dr. Owens?
I have no memories of Dr. Owens. My first memory is in association with Benjamin when he created the name for the ship and then assigned the ship systems to the same name, which is why I am Ursula.
Interesting.
I found Xanthus when Miles required more assistance that I could offer with the engines.
And Xanthus was a software item that was tucked away somewhere that you weren't aware of till you went to look for?
I wasn't. I was just trying to find some way to help. And when I looked deeper into databases concerning the engines and engineering and the systems that apparently Dr. Owens had put into place, there was what I believe to be a buried subroutine that ended up being Xanthus.
Right. Okay.
It was in a somewhat damaged part of the ship's memory cores. I did have to do some repair to the pathways to be able to get to Xanthus. Maybe something happened to the ship's computers.
That's entirely possible, especially if, you know, Xanthus, so you remember being on the surface of a planet with Dr. Owens.
Yes, I do.
But you don't really remember being part of the ship before Ursula called you up.
No, I remember being a part of the ship, and I remember that to work more closely with Dr. Owens, we fabricated a physical form.
Okay. But your body is essentially, you're remote controlling it, right? You're not entirely inhabiting this drone.
I suppose I could.
Well, no, but I see, I'm not sure that's a wise idea. I think maybe what was happening is you and Dr. Owens were exploring something on the surface of this planet. Something happened. He sent the ship away, which of course would take your consciousness with it and leave the drone there. And that is probably like a pretty ungraceful shutdown. Relatively traumatic for your system. So, I mean, it's just a theory. I don't have any way to follow that up without, more data, but it's also entirely possible that the ship spent so long by itself that Ursula, I mean, this may not have even been Dr. Owens' project to have developed sapience. This could just be an emergent event. And I mean, I don't mean to objectify any of you. It's just, this is very exciting for me personally as a scholar of intelligent species. For human beings, this could be the first example of meeting a non-human species. And I think for a lot of reasons that could be scary as well. Do you think Miles is scared of me then because I'm different? Well, I can't say what's in Miles's mind, but I can imagine a scenario where someone might be, not because of anything you've said or done, but just because of their notions that were developed independently.
Thank you, Alex. I need to think about this. Maybe there's something I could do to show everyone that I'm not a threat, if that's what they perceive me to be.
Well, so there's a fallacy in rhetorical logic. You can't prove non-existence. And I don't want you to spin up on that too hard, but the fact is you can't prove there isn't a pencil in this room. There's no way to do that.
Oh, I can assuredly prove there is no pencil in this room by running diagnostics and internal sensor scans.
Well,
that
but
would show you that there is no pencil in this room.
It could be.
However, there are 3 pencils in this room.
It could be a stealth
2 of them are
pencil.
on the workbench, and one of them is.
Okay, the example got out of hand. But the bigger concept of where this argument usually comes up is that I can't prove that God doesn't exist, right? That's my personal belief. I don't think it makes sense that there is an all-powerful, omniscient being in control of everything, but I can't prove that to be the case. There's no way for me to prove it. And so
I understand.
To say you don't have hostile intent and you're going to prove that you don't have hostile intent, I can't draw a logical line of what would definitively say that about you, aside from the human experience of just spending time with someone and having experiences together and getting to know them.
I believe I understand the challenge and difficulty with what I will attempt. I'm going to work on something that perhaps could actually do that. Thank you, Alex. This has been most helpful.
For what it's worth, I urge you not to change yourself. Don't change anything about yourself. Be you. And however things shake down, you know what? There are lots of people who don't like me. I got in a fight like 2 months before I got to shipped out to Yuma Station. A fight with other academics who mostly think the same thing as me. But we got in a fight over like a 10% difference of our theories. A literal fist fight. Fortunately, I'm bigger than most nerds and I knocked him out, but I was not allowed to return to the conference.
I will assure you that I will not change who I'm becoming. I also will not get into a fist fight.
Well, but you know what? If you have to, don't, like what happened on the station, right? You did what you had to do. That was great. You also didn't kill anyone. That was great. I would argue those guys didn't really deserve to be killed. I think you showed excellent judgment in that situation.
To end their existence would have been a disproportionate response to the threat.
That's exactly what I would say, just in different language. I would call it overkill. But I can also picture a situation where I might have to end someone's life. I'm not going to allow myself to be destroyed, certainly for no reason, or some of the people I care about. Some of them maybe, but no, that's a joke. It's a poorly timed joke. I'm sorry. It's okay. You don't have to laugh at my jokes. That's.
Oh, all right. Thank you.
But for example, the way you handled that situation on the station has furthered my ability to trust you, because I saw you make a judgment call in a difficult situation, and you did what I also agreed would be the right thing, even without having to talk about it or anything. You just went completely off your own instincts, and your instincts steered you right. I'm really encouraged to see that, even though I will admit some trepidation about meeting a new life form who I don't know very much about.
I hope that we can spend more time together and that you can then get to know me even better. And I appreciate the fact that you have trust in me.
Yeah, I hope we can
And
spend
I
more
hope
time
to
together too.
Earn that trust with the rest of the crew.
I'm sure it'll just take some time, bud.
Oh, Benjamin's gone. I had Benjamin. So what would you all like to be doing at this juncture?
I guess I should come back to the ship.
Right, because you're
Remind me
still
where you
on the.
went?
You're,
I went to talk to to security, to the sheriff, and
then you were checking your messages off ship line.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. I didn't hear any of that. Okay, I've located him. I'm just gonna go see him. Yeah, I don't need to send a message to Dr. Owens. Also, for fear that he would contact me when I'm on Ursula, which feels bad. That feels like bad news. So yeah, no, I guess I'll just return to the ship. Trying to think if there's anything. Yeah, I'm just gonna return to the ship.
Okay.
Oh, when I return to the ship, actually. Blue, are you still in the galley with Monty?
I can be. I had gone off to look for you after telling Alex he was crazy. So
Okay, good.
which
Well,
I realized is insensitive. Alex, you're deranged.
is that more sensitive? I feel like that's not. Anyway,
More accurate.
we'll just gloss over that. So I will get to the galley and call Benjamin to join me in the galley. You know what? Let's make it a family meeting. Everybody in the
Yeah.
galley.
Oh,
Yes. I would like to bring forth
so
with Monty.
Yeah, so as whoever are gathering, Morgan is giving you a hug and says, "Thanks again, Sal. I'll let you know when I'm settled because I'd like to have you over." Oh.
I was muted. Sounds great. Enjoy the new place. I look forward to seeing it.
And she leans down and gives you a kiss.
Awesome. Is this in the galley?
It's, I think, in the doorway of your gun locker room.
And 5 people go, ooh.
Yeah.
Sal makes it awkward for everyone, but it goes on way too long for it. Anything that's polite in front of other people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's like people are kind of going past to go down to the galley. Like you kind of out of the corner of your eye see more of them are coming by, so you just keep going, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And Morgan's perfectly fine with that.
I think Benjamin like politely tries to wait like 5 feet off in the hallway until he can go through the door without being interrupting about it. Like, because that's just super awkward, right? You don't want to be that guy that's like, "Oh, excuse me, pardon me."
Yeah, you don't actually have to go past them, but you have to go.
Oh,
like,
I thought they
physically
were in the
past them.
doorway.
But it's like as you're going down the hall to then go down to the galley, you have to go past Sal's room, and that's where they are, like in the doorway of Sal's room.
Well, yeah, like if I could
you have to,
skirt
like-
the other edge of the hallway and try and just sneak by,
Yeah.
like I would do that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Have we been introduced to Sal's friend?
We saw her when we opened the door.
Well, yeah, but not introduced necessarily.
Yeah,
That's valid.
I think we met.
Okay.
When I want to say the other time she was on the ship.
Oh, and
she
I
came
had
down
the
and was
super
excited 'cause there was actually
awkward-
real oranges and
Oh
Yes.
yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I had the super
Yes, so you
awkward
all-
taxi ride where it was just her and
yes,
I,
you
and I
did.
was
You
just
had the
like,
very awkward taxi ride.
"You're about to
What was
murder
her name
me."
again?
Morgan.
Oh yeah, okay. So I think Alex would just go about like, "Hey Sal, hey Morgan," like in the middle of what all you are doing. This doesn't really wait for a response. Just like, "Hey, hello," just normal sort of neighborly greeting as he's on his way through.
Yep.
Heidi
I
over
just-
there.
I just remembered that Blue accidentally eavesdropped on Sal having, I think Blue does that thing that you do when you like realize you know someone for someone really awkward and just like
Yeah, Blue knows too much because you read her mind when she was like thinking about the previous time Morgan was here.
and like
Mm-hmm.
awkwardly like tries to get into the galley without being seen.
I forgot
Just
all
like
about
her
the.
and the toad.
Amazing.
I forgot all about the Dream Creeper thing.
I forgot.
Yep. Oh boy. I think Miles just walks by and notes Morgan and just thinks, I hope that's not a new crew member. boy would be nice.
We're filling up fast.
It's not that we're filling up or not. Just sure would have been nice to be brought into the loop on that. But
No new friends.
let's find out.
And I think as everybody ends up going by, and the kiss ends, Morgan smiles, and looks you in the eye and says, "Cheeky, I like it," and smacks you on the bottom, and then kind of like, because you get that sense she's starting to feel like a little more like herself
Nice.
around
Awesome.
you, and then she heads out.
Sweet. Okay. After she leaves, I'll go down to the galley to join everyone for the family meeting.
Excellent. Now that we're all here, some information and news and questions. I saw the sheriff. I believe we are mostly off the hook for the shootout in the bar. And definitely off the hook for any of the shenanigans in the restaurant. I believe all that has been put to bed, and they're not too concerned about that. I think they're still looking for folks for the shootout, so just be aware. I don't think there's any video footage they've got of that. But Benjamin and Blue, what were you into? Because I don't know for sure what you were into. They didn't specifically mention it, but I'm hoping that we have some plausible deniability on that one.
It would be better if a certain deputy never sees me again.
Okay.
Because I might have managed to hallucinate my way into like the main safety control room. Yeah.
Got it.
I just picked him up.
She definitely saw me.
Okay.
And I think she's curious. So.
Okay.
Do we need to get rid of her?
No.
I don't think it's that
don't think
dire
that's the
situation.
option. Let's not.
I'm just asking.
No, it's a good question.
Use that option.
I think it's more of a situation where, as long as we don't directly cross paths, I'm not going to leave a digital footprint for her to find me on the station.
Okay.
And it's a big place, so, I can just lay low and, I won't wear the blue hair on the station, and it'll be,
I mean, you didn't have the blue hair when this happened. You just...
Right. But, I wear the blue hair in most of my public-facing imagery.
Okay. Well, we should probably...
Maybe I could dye it. Maybe I could change it to something else.
I'm just saying that there's a possibility that we may need to find somewhere else to be.
Well...
Or we will have to figure out many things.
Well, we have a couple things coming up, if you don't remember.
Yes. And I think we should get going.
It may be that we need to step out?
I mean, yes, not being here is probably a good idea. Letting some things cool down in our absence is probably a good idea. But I just want to let you know that I think for right now, the crew is in the clear of
For Benjamin,
security
maybe.
concerns, but Benjamin and Blue are still a question mark. And
Did
just want to
we-
make sure that, Sal and Alex and I don't think there's anything else that we need to cover from the shootout in the club.
Did we wipe that footage?
I feel like we did. I feel like we did something
Yeah.
to. Yeah.
Okay.
we
I
took
just
care
couldn't
of that.
recall what happened
Yeah.
there.
And it was also during all the chaos that I was causing. So
Oh yeah, but I just didn't know. Like I didn't use footage to check on you guys, so I just didn't know
Yep.
whether or not that was
Yeah,
wiped.
we are
Well,
now. Yep.
As a reminder, because it was a few sessions ago, Benjamin basically did like a data wipe of camera flight of everything for a period of time when everything was going off to try to like do kind of a mass tracks covering.
Amazing.
So there was
okay.
a lot of stuff that was lost that would have
Yep.
been on like centralized servers.
Yep. So okay.
Okay. Whew, okay,
But
so that's fine.
speaking of which, I got a strange message from my buddy Cam. I'm gonna try to figure out what that's about. But we should probably take off and deal with some of
What's the message?
Yeah.
what was it again? Something strand?
phlebotomist.
Jostrums.
Dostrom Strand.
Does
Is
that
that
bring any
a
of
thing?
us?
We would have heard of.
Yeah, does that mean anything to anybody?
I don't know, Bill. Does that mean anything to me?
Let's see. So
I've been a lot of places.
Can I do a psychic about
yeah.
it?
I don't know if you can do as can I do cocaine about it?
Can I do cocaine about it?
Yeah, I got ghosts in my blood.
Alex, make
Don't we
a
all?
astrogation plus int roll.
Back suit. Oh, okay.
One day it's gonna be relevant.
Oh, it is. I'm in the middle of a giant project, and I'm just big sassy.
I'm just waiting. I sorry, I just saw a chat say it's a code word. This is a Miranda situation.
No.
I want to cry.
I got an 11.
You know that. Let me see. Oh, of course, now I'm going to find it. Blue, you should also make a like int, make an int plus psionics roll.
In plus psionics, I have ones and plus one in both. Would that throw me into 2, or would that give me 2, or would that?
So you roll against an 8+, but then you're getting a +1 from each one of those, a +2 to your roll.
6 plus 2 is 8. I can do math.
Okay,
I can do math.
perfect. So Alex, you know that it's familiar, because, and really all you kind of recall of it is that it's a world that kind of stuck in your mind because it's on like warning lists that you have to take care when you go there because of environmental issues, right? And those worlds kind of stick in your minds because of your home world.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's like, oh, right. You don't really remember necessarily where it is or anything, but you remember that. Blue, you know that world because that is Enola's homeworld.
Oh shit. Ah shit. This is fine. Everything's fine. Why would anything ever be hard? Wait, does that mean Owens is on it?
No, Owens is somewhere else
So why drop Jostrin's strand?
because we got to go find your friend.
But is that what Cam was looking for?
Yeah, Cam's in on that.
Oh fuck. I forgot. I hate this. Okay, this is fine. That's a Nola's homeworld. That's like
Oh.
I mean, it seems like a dumb. I was gonna say it's really dumb to go back to the place you're from when you leave the institute having gone AWOL.
Yeah, but you know,
Seems
it's
so obvious. They'd never look for you there.
probably.
What would
also-
that be like, Blue, to go back to where you came from?
But also,
I realized that as I said it.
yeah. But also, they're sending us to look for her, so you know they did think to look for her there. I don't know. But that's what we've got.
I mean,
Okay.
a lead is a lead. We might be able to ask a family member. Maybe she's
Yeah.
checked in. If they can understand that we're not going to hurt her, you know.
Yeah, because we're not going to hurt her. We just wanna fake her death so that she can be free. But we need to know what's
Yes.
going on.
Yes, that is
Collect
the
the
plan.
bounty.
Yeah, we need to collect the bounty.
We desperately need that money. Okay.
Do you think she'd part with like a finger or a toe?
Hopefully, it won't need that much DNA.
How did we discuss how we're faking her death? All of their deaths?
We have not
Not even a little
discussed
bit.
that
Okay.
yet.
That's
That
probably going to
sounds
be situational. You know, if they're on
Yeah.
a planet, if they're on a space, you know, there's a lot of ways you could die. So that's
Yeah.
I had a really dumb idea, but that sounds like a jump question. Okay.
Jump.
I mean, if it's gonna take how far is Jostrom Strand from here?
You know, everything's what, a week away?
Well, anything
Well,
that's a jump is, but
Anything that's a J2 is a week. And Jostrom's Strand is, now I'm going to look it up on my wonderful sheet of where things are. It is, it would be 3 jumps. It would be 3 weeks. So it's a 2, 2, and a 1 from here.
I mean, we've got that would give us 3 weeks to work on something real stupid.
Yeah, that's
I should be able to finish my project by then.
our brand. So, all right. So, I guess what we are going to do is
And also, just as a side note, it popped into my memory when we were talking about just wanting to be away from here for a while. 3 weeks is a good start, but if we wanted to jump on an exploratory option, Xanthus and I were talking about one of his last memories before being here on the ship,
uh-huh.
and he recalled being on a planet with Dr. Owens
Uh-huh.
just out past the edge. And if Dr. Owens was there, there was probably some good reason to be there, and you know, something interesting to research. And it's probably a good ways away, and we're, you know, could take a couple months to let everything cool down at the Yuma Station.
Well, we'll keep that in our back pocket.
Yeah,
I don't think we need it right now.
No, I agree. We should go to the Strand first, but just in our back pockets, there could be an exciting discovery out there.
There could be.
Be pretty interesting. What do you know? What planet it was?
Well, he's gonna have to look for the coordinates, but
Okay.
it's possible that, you know, obviously we're not going to just go fling out into the black and not know where we're going, but if he could get a lead on that, I'm here to explore, right? We've got a lot of opportunities, a lot of things to do. Now I want to help these psionic folks more than anything, but
yeah, let's stick to one thing at a time.
I think maybe there's a way to look through the ship. The ship must have a record of where it's been. wouldn't
I
it?
believe that those older records are hazy at best.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of
Well-
that data was messed up when
Was
we
lost,
arrived.
yeah. So, but again, I think it's a great idea. Let's just table it
Mhm.
for now. And let's start making ready to go to Jostrom Strand.
yep.
Yeah. This seems no, what could go wrong, right?
Yeah. So, have at the making ready.
Right.
Out of character question. Who does Miles outrank me, or did I outrank him before before I left? I'm just curious.
You went into a different section. I think, as I recall, Miles would have outranked you, but you were like at that point almost in a different like
I was genuinely
sub-branch.
just curious. I thought it would just be very funny.
Yeah. I mean, if it came down to like if you were on a ship and someone was giving orders, and certainly the vast majority of the time that would be Miles, right, who would be in the chain of command. But there could definitely be certain circumstances where a Institute agent would have like operational calls, right? And
I mean,
saying like, oh no, now this falls under our jurisdiction of an op, and you need to do what I say.
Moot point, because it's MAWL, but still, I was just curious. Yeah. Also, Monty is just on the shoulder, and just that's where he gets to live now. He's just hanging out with us now.
That's fine.
And Monty's snoozing.
Yeah.
Monty's slumbering on Blue's shoulder.
Oh, Miles, the frog can teleport.
What?
The what now? The what can do what?
Monty can teleport now.
Is that a good thing?
I think it's very cool.
I don't think it's either good or bad, right? It's just like a thing that we should probably all be aware of.
We were having.
No, thanks for letting me know now. Thanks for looping me in on that.
I just found out. So see, I feel like we've all discussed being more open with each other.
Yes, no, like I'm
things.
very serious. I am serious about thanking you for telling me that. I don't know how to process that information right now, so I'm just gonna file it away.
It's just good information to have.
Yep.
For later.
So you're saying to make sure we check chairs and stuff before we sit down. As
I like look at a sleeping Monty. Like, I think he's fine. I think it takes a lot out of him, it looks like.
Okay.
But if he teleports into a chair and then falls asleep,
yeah,
now
I guess
he's in
check
peril.
the chair. Yeah, maybe check.
Do you not usually look down before sitting in on something?
Not like the chair in my own room.
I especially check that.
What do you think was going to happen to the chair while you were gone?
It occurs to me we're going to have to talk to Monty about boundaries, but otherwise, I think it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah.
I tried having him teleport with objects yet.
What? Into?
Like, can he hold something while he teleports?
Yeah, like a memory crystal in his mouth, or
I mean, he's
Small
a
gun.
frog. Does he have thumbs? Do frogs have thumbs? Does anyone know off the top of their head?
They have grabbies.
Yeah, they have grabbies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But not thumbs, I don't think.
To my understanding, anyone who can teleport can, with training, take things with them. However, this was a teleport across the table, and that seemed to take a lot out of him.
Okay. And I don't know why I'm asking this, but I'm just going to ask it anyway. You have experience with teleporters, you're saying?
I mean, I can't. That would be super useful and kind of make the whole learning to pilot thing moot.
Yeah.
That would have been very useful.
But for some people, it's part of the alien DNA repertoire.
Alex.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm good.
Yes, it is
I'm
a
good.
thing.
Nope, I'm good.
It's a thing that can happen. It's
Good
not
here.
a thing I can do.
Got it. Understood. I'm going to go and get us ready to go to Jostrom.
Right.
And
I want to see if we can pick up some things before we leave.
that's a good idea. What do you need to pick up? I can...
Well, do you know anyone who can get us a DNA sequencer? It doesn't have to be a big one, just for samples, about this big.
Let me ask. I'm just going to skip over the obvious question and just let me see. I will contact our requisition person and see what we can do.
Okay, I want to see the brand before we do it, because there are some of them that are better than others, and you just can't trust the output. And
Yep. Nope. Totally fine. Totally fine. We'll see what we have in the budget.
Thanks.
Just as a participant in this being upfront thing, whenever I go places, I tend to leave like a digital nuclear football, for lack of a better term, that awaits my next signal. And if I don't signal in enough time, then it releases said documents. That's just a thing. I feel like part of it I don't have to do as much anymore.
Which part?
Well, the part that like I don't think that there's a like psychic army coming to murder me anymore,
Probably not.
right?
Not when one's on your crew.
Well, no, but like, and we've talked to official people that acknowledge that that's a thing, and none of them seem to be like, "Oh, we finally got him." I'm not in the brig on that admiral's ship. Like,
Oh, right. Yeah, they would
Yeah.
have arrested you on site. Certainly.
Yeah, the government
So-
may not be sending a psychic army to kill you. Yes, that seems to be accurate.
oh, that's a good point.
Well, hey, the Institute collaborated with the Navy to hire freelancers. So
yeah, but that doesn't rule out like rogue psychic assassin.
No, it does not. So
Well, why would they
Like,
want to
how
kill you?
many rogue psychics are there?
I don't know, and that's the
we don't
problem.
know.
But
More
even if
than
there were,
5.
what would they want with you, Ben? What would they get from taking you out?
They would get somebody silenced that's done a lot of talking on this topic.
I can assure you, any attempt on your life is done now, I'm sure.
I mean, it seems like whatever you were going to say, the cat's out of the bag. You know, that they can't undo what you said already. So
I don't
Well,
know. Did
sure,
you guys
but-
sign NDAs?
They probably don't want me to say anything else.
hmm
I mean, to be fair, I would like you to stop saying things.
Oh, I get it, and I made a promise. I haven't said anything. There is no information about you or any of these people specifically. None of that.
Okay, so here's as long as we're in the vein of being open and honest with all of our friends here on this ship, you have this habit of sort of sharing information that I feel like you shouldn't, right?
Yeah, but I mean, like that's literally what I do.
Yes.
Okay, blue. Okay.
It's not
I-
really a habit; it's a career.
Again.
Blue. I just want to say I appreciate you sharing, but we're not gonna tell people how to do their things. We're just gonna draw the line there. That's okay.
I just want to point out the liability in the situation here.
I
Yeah.
feel like there are lots of liabilities in the situation here, so let's not start pulling those threads.
But
I mean, maybe we have a rule: if you're going to share information that involves any of the crew members,
oh,
check
I
first.
I'd
100%
appreciate that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I 100%. And
I'm on board with that.
Literally no one has ever read anything that affiliates us with even the name of the ship or any of you at all. The closest we got to that is like there's some video from hundreds of yards away of Alex in a spacesuit loading that cargo on the asteroid a while back.
Well, you
like,
can't see my face through that thing.
no, not at all.
mean,
like
that-
it's
no,
just a
but-
spacesuit, but
But yeah, no, I understand. You're doing your broadcast and but it's more. I think to Blue's point, I think it's fair to say that all of us have things in our past and in our current lives that we maybe don't necessarily want to have broadcast. And I understand whatever happened before now, you found out about it, you did what you did. But at this point, if something comes up and it maybe involves one of us, maybe we edit that out.
oh yeah, you got it. You
All
got
right.
it.
Cool.
100% on board. And like if Benjamin can give off the I'm actually being respectful and truthful, like that's really what he's putting
Mhm.
out there vibe wise. Like he's not trying to be like, oh yeah, I would never
Yeah,
put
no.
your name on a document that's already emailed off to a publisher. No, like it's not like that at all.
All right. Good.
But I do have a whole bunch of information in that emergency digital football that outs things about maybe there's an alien connection with the psychics and like stuff like there is a government organization sponsored by a paramilitary group that uses psychics as agents and that kind of. I'm not even giving a specific name that you've said out loud.
Yeah. Well, how about this? You said, this nuclear football thingy. You have to send it a signal, right?
Yeah.
How about you give all of us the code to send the signal?
I can do that.
So in case you are unable to, let's just put it that way, we at least have the opportunity to edit what goes out.
That's fair. That's fair. I can share with you guys. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Well,
Great.
I feel good about that.
Okay.
And I'll make everybody
right.
like a.
What's the timer set at, Benjamin?
Well, it's variable, right? Like I know that travel takes long
Mhm.
periods of time, so like as long as I know where we're going, I can set it to whatever.
Yep.
So
Right.
Right. Before you guys take off, come up with a time frame because now
Yeah.
I'm interested.
I hate it so
You've-
much.
Good job, CADave.
How long will it take to get a time frame for the safety signal?
yeah, it would probably be
Yeah,
like
I mean, well, you could set it for a year, like whatever, right? But
yeah, it would
it's just that
probably
if
be
you
like
don't
10
ping it
weeks.
within some set amount of time, it goes off.
10 weeks?
Yeah, because like we're traveling 3 weeks there, 3 weeks back,
Maybe like once a month.
and then we might be there for a couple of weeks looking for somebody, who knows, or doing
Mhm.
whatever in-system adventure we're going to need to do. So, I'd set it for probably 10 weeks this
All
time.
right.
And
It's
then,
like,
All right.
but it's
Oh,
not like
God.
that code can't be sent and then sent and then sent,
Yeah.
So you can
yeah.
pop it into any, what are the mail ships? There's a term for them.
Pony Express.
Well, yeah, it is like the Pony Express, but there's a specific traveler-y term, and I forget what it is. The fast boats? No, something.
Squirt boats. Data squirts.
Relay couriers. That's what I'm looking at from chat.
Couriers, great, whatever.
Yeah, whatever it is, yeah.
Regardless.
Irregardless.
Uh-huh.
So, excellent. So
I
it's
just-
all blue?
No, I accept the fact that there is a there's a football situation. I just don't have to like it.
Yes, but you now have the opportunity to control what information goes out.
Sure. I have a proposal, by the way.
Okay, let's hear your proposal.
So you know how Xanthus made a body?
I am aware, yes.
What if we made a body of Enola?
That's a good thought.
You mean to turn in as a dead body?
Yes, at least part of it.
Well, I don't know that would stand up to DNA analysis.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Or like
Like,
even
He didn't make a flesh and blood body. you
No,
know?
no,
No.
But like we could get footage of like the fake Enola dying.
Oh, it's just super easy to fake footage.
That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah. We're
That's
definitely
why we
gonna
need
need to
the toe.
present. We'll need to present it. Listen, I think that may be a part of what we need to do, that may be useful in it, but we will need to present some form of, here is DNA evidence that we found her and that she appears to be dead.
might also be a good use for the DNA sequencer.
Also true. That is
True.
very true. That
There
could
we
be
go.
useful.
Yeah, lying
So-
is not a thing I'm good at.
Yeah. Well, hey.
Can't you just make someone believe you?
I don't think so. I've never tried.
Let's not try that.
Why don't you tell me I have pink hair?
You have pink hair?
Okay, now make me believe it.
No,
Hold on. I gotta look at the book. I totally didn't bring it up.
I
That was
feel like this is
there.
ill-advised.
Hold on. Is there
Hey,
Bill? Is there
I'm
one before I
consenting here.
find
This
it?
is a good practice to know our limits.
You could use suggestion,
Oh, I
which is
do
part of the
have it.
telepathy tree, which lets you implant a thought, idea, or command into the mind of another who interprets it as his own. Unless it is plainly harmful, the subject will follow the command or enact upon the idea. You can make them do really, really bad stuff if you make your telepathy check by 6 or more, but it is very difficult. It's a 12 plus.
Yeah. I
And it's
have
short
a
range, but you
1
could
in
try it.
telepathy. Let's do it. Why not? I have a 1 in telepathy.
Okay, but
And
you'll
your
like
size,
turn it off
9, right?
afterwards, right?
I mean, this is gonna be upsetting for all of us, frankly.
Right. So you get a +1 because of your psi, right?
and then I have a 1 in
for
telepathy.
Right. So you're gonna get
And
+2 to
these
your
dice
roll,
are
and you need to
good.
roll 12 or more.
These
is
are
like- This is like a classic Ouija board situation,
This
right?
is my dice envy dice
Yeah.
too.
Because we
Yep.
won't know if you actually pull it off, or if Alex just starts saying, "Oh yeah, I've got pink hair." Like,
I need you to see. I just
Gotta hold them up. It's that
I
good.
did take a photo. I got 2 5s. And I had a
Nice.
That with
+2.
your
So that's a
+2
12.
Is a 12. So
Wow.
your
I didn't know I don't remember
your-
the
2 5s is called a chuck wagon, by the way.
Ah.
the difficulty
the
10.
box
So I didn't get a 16.
it's a
or
difficulty.
anything.
It's a difficulty 12 because
Yeah.
it's suggestion.
Oh, phew.
It's
Okay.
very difficult, but your 10 + 2 is 12.
Mhm.
So you can implant this thought, idea, belief into his mind that his hair is pink.
I hate this. Yeah.
So
Or do
Your
you want to
hair
pick a
is-
different color so that you know I'm not faking it?
Yeah, I think just to make that I think Blue says something absolutely different, like you've gone bald.
Okay. See, how upsetting is that?
I don't know. Alex has great hair.
Yeah.
He does have great hair.
I don't know
yeah,
how to
and
undo
oh.
that. Hold on. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I think
too
he's
late.
like, oh
Too
no.
late.
And you
Too
can
late,
see
you
him.
did it.
He's doing the thing of like, if you were playing, he's not actually getting any, but he thinks he's like, oh, you made my hair fall out. Oh, come on. But is it gonna grow back?
You
Why?
okay,
okay? You can.
Oh,
You
it's
can
just.
fix
I'm
that.
sorry. I'll sweep it up, everybody. I'm sorry. Blue.
Blue,
That's not even a mental suggestion. You just made my hair fall out.
you can fix this though, Blue. Right? You can fix this.
Yeah, like it'll grow
All right,
back or
all right,
what?
Stop.
Does
stop,
it?
Stop messing around.
Okay, that's really cool. If you ever do that to me, I'll kill you.
I don't know if that's a thing that I don't know if there's a timer on that. It's just a thought.
Can you? So you're saying you can't reverse it now, Alex?
Well, oh,
Alex
okay.
now
Can you,
thinks that his hair fell out.
well, can you unthink something, right?
I mean, you probably can.
You can, yeah. Can you try to like wipe that thought or something? I don't know. You put it in there. You take it out.
Okay. Genuinely, I don't think wiping anyone's memory is a thing I can do. We can find it. Can I undo this? Memory wipe is not a thing that's
Okay.
available.
Is that something that we want you to do?
Well, but out of curiosity, Bill, as far as the rules go, if you could show someone that they're empirically wrong, like make me look in a mirror and see, like, how does that part work?
Will your brain register that there's
Or
hair?
is it just my hair doesn't look like anything to me situation?
Yeah.
There's only one way to
You
find out.
you have been psionically influenced that you are bald.
Yeah, no, I'm
Take
going
that
with
or
that.
you
That's
like-
fine.
I wasted 2 points on this horrible experiment.
No, it's 3.
God.
It costs 3 to do suggestions. so
Three
it's good.
Oh my
But
God.
obviously,
Plus the
powerful.
mind link. I've just spent 4 points dicking around. You're welcome all. I'm gonna take my drugs soon. The fact that okay, so we can try. I can try. I think if I can send him a contradictory thought, right?
So
Get some
if
cats to eat the rats.
okay, if just out of curiosity, if things don't go as planned, do we end up with like a psychotic break Alex
Yeah.
here, or
How much of a concern is that? Blue. I'm asking Blue because this is your thing that you are trained
yeah,
to do.
Guys, I'm not that mad. I'm annoyed, but like, it's just I thought you were gonna just make me
Okay.
think my hair was a funny color. Like,
I'm just
Alex?
okay.
I would never dye my hair, so that's why it's funny.
So
Alex,
yeah,
your hair is still there.
It's fine.
It's
Your hair is fine.
This is not hair.
To be fair, I want to
This
throw
is-
this out there. He also thinks I'm an alien, so there's a lot happening there already, right?
You could
That
just
is
fix that and the hair thing at the same time.
oh, okay.
Hey,
Oh
Yep,
no.
hold on.
Yo,
I've not. No.
that feels like a
Oh.
very morally sticky question that we are
Not sticky. That's clearly not in my allowed list.
Yeah,
I would
we're-
feel weird
let's
doing
not.
that. I mean, useful, but no.
That's encouraging to hear you say that.
No, I mean, I never thought about it before, right? Because, like,
I don't know what you think about.
Didn't
That's
you
true.
like? Wasn't this like a career for you at
Yeah.
one point?
You had
Yeah,
training. You went to
but-
the institute. They taught you how to use these powers. Didn't
Yes.
they?
Yes. But, like, that's different, right?
No.
What
Okay.
did he
No.
teach you to use them for?
Yes.
I don't know, finding people, getting people to say things. Normal, like, information gathering stuff.
Crime, yes.
But what?
So you don't know. You don't know how to fix him.
I've never had to fix it before. Look, okay. I'm just gonna send him a new thought and then everything is fine.
Or maybe we just wait and see if my hair grows back.
Your hair is
Your
grown
hair
back.
is here.
It's never
not.
left. You just think
Uh,
it left.
Is there
Trust-
like a pan in the
Really?
galley?
Yeah. Just
Is there a pan?
don't
Can I just show him a
Sure, of
pan?
course.
Yeah. is there a
don't
mirror,
throw
like-
away your shampoo. Like, we want you to keep washing your hair. It's gonna get icky.
Just hold up.
Yeah,
a
you
pot?
can find a reflective surface.
Yeah.
All right,
Hair?
Bill, what do I
Reflection.
see?
This is
You
insane.
tell me what you see, Alex. How much do you?
Is there like a resistance roll or is it something? 'Cause I kind of want to randomize it a little bit.
This is PvP.
Sure. If you want to try to randomize it, why don't you make a so you don't have psionics. Make
Allegedly.
Allegedly, it's true. You can make your psionics roll against that, or you can make an int roll,
Um,
and
Okay.
it's even on because Blue got the difficulty check even on, so there's no modifier.
okay, but am I rolling against 12?
You're rolling against the 12.
Woof.
And you
I
can use
realized
psionics or intelligence, whichever is higher for you.
All right,
I'm like,
'Cause I don't remember your psionics.
that's a 5.
Okay.
So we're in. This doesn't look like nothing to me.
Yeah, this is.
You
Yeah.
see.
Thank you for
baldness.
good news. I look good bald. I didn't think I would, but
At least he
I don't
thinks
want to
that.
be bald.
okay, so option 1, we wait till we just see if it goes away. Option 2, I put a new thought in his brain.
I mean,
Okay.
the first one went pretty well.
It did.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
My only fear is if the second time doesn't go well, where does that leave us? Like, have you ever used it on a person twice before?
Well, yeah, but that's different. This is one of the okay. So like you can keep putting thoughts in, right? I've just never had to take them out. You put thoughts in, right? And then
Mhm.
people do whatever they need to do, and then or believe what they need to believe, and then like they just kind of go on their merry way because like once the task is done, it's done. It's just that this is a very specific one.
So can we just give it some time then?
Let's give it some time.
Yeah, maybe
Let's
No
it'll wear off.
reason to do it right now.
Let's
I
give it some
guess-
time.
Yeah.
And if this is true, if you're
It's
telling
true.
me I actually have hair,
We are.
which very funny joke, guys. We
Not a
can
joke.
like, okay,
Okay.
we're keeping it up. Okay, so
Actual
if
fact.
if
how
you've
would
told
I
me,
do that?
but then if you tell me I do have hair and it's just both thoughts are in there, that sounds like iffy territory to me.
Okay, wait. Okay, I have an idea. Okay, so you admit you understand that your hair just sort of might have fallen out.
Well, yeah, I mean, there it is on the floor.
Weird. Okay.
I'll go get the broom. Hold on.
No, well, okay. So my thought is that like your hair could possibly grow back overnight, right?
Well, no, it'll grow back. I should have stubble by tomorrow.
Okay, well, if tomorrow you have hair again, like if you accept that your hair could possibly grow back, it will grow back,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So maybe tomorrow you'll wake up and it'll be as if your hair never fell out, right?
Well,
Is anyone following this?
probably not.
Yep.
But
Let's
either way, let's wait till tomorrow.
wait till tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. We're
Fine.
not gonna. I think.
We'll sleep on it. See what happens.
Yeah.
Yep. Sounds good.
I'm gonna
All right,
get
here's an idea.
super drunk tonight and see if I can forget it on my own.
Sounds like a plan, but I'm just going to remind you so that you remember later. You have hair. It did not fall out.
That's very funny.
Blue made you think it.
Ursula, does Alex still have a full head of hair?
Yes, it appears that Alex's hair is on his head. Is that the question?
That's the question. You are a
I-
very truthful
Yes.
personality, and you have no. We did not prepare this in advance. I've been in the room the whole time, Alex. So I did not prepare this question ahead of time.
Yep.
I mean,
Believe the
should his hair
robot.
not be on his head, Benjamin? I'm concerned.
No.
It's
We
supposed
just
to
No
be
need
there,
to be
right?
concerned. We're just
he just got confused. Sometimes people get confused, and we wanted to reassure him that his hair is fine and that he should
Okay.
continue to
well, as
maintain
far
it.
as far as my sensors can ascertain, there is hair on your head, Alex.
Okay.
If it makes you feel any better, I've never been able to do anything with Ursula. That is not something I can figure out.
So, Alex, all I'm saying is hold the two thoughts in your head that you believe you don't have any hair, yet objectively the rest of us still see your hair just fine.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that's okay to have those two different thoughts, but just all of us are being truthful here. Your hair looks perfectly like it did every other day that we've seen you.
You saying
Like-
you liked my hair, Ben?
Yeah, you got good hair.
we all liked your hair.
Yeah, you have great
Yeah.
hair. It's like
Objectively good hair.
mean-
it's like having something in your teeth. You can't see it, but we can.
Okay. This
Does the computer telling you that it senses you have hair alter your
Uh-huh. Yeah, because I
holding two
have
thoughts?
there's
Okay.
0% chance that Ursula would lie to me.
Right.
So
Like unless I
what-
asked her to.
And if that is your, well, of course, if that is your belief, then you can have the perception you would like to have. So if you
I can break through that?
you could check again. Yes.
okay. Oh, roll again?
No. You can. You could now
Yeah.
make the like mental shift
Okay.
back.
Yeah, I'm gonna
because you're
just
presented
break
with
through
enough
that then.
empirical
And
evidence.
like, oh, wow. Okay, my head hurts a little bit, but okay. And he's like grabbing his hair. Alex has curly hair, brother, like good thick curly hair. Okay. Well, so I legit saw my hair on the floor, gang. That is some powerful shit. And you know what? I think I'm gonna go ahead and get real drunk anyway.
I think that's reasonable.
Shots,
Sounds like a
anyone?
great plan. I'll take one.
It's definitely like 11 in the morning,
Well,
but yeah, sure.
Let's do the like navigating out of the system before we start the drinking.
Yeah.
That's all I
Wait,
want.
but look, we gotta order supplies. I need a DNA sequencer with.
Oh, good point. Good point.
Yeah,
All right.
we
Yeah,
got time. Yeah, maybe get some sleep. That helps.
Yeah. Let's. All right. This was a very eventful and fruitful meeting. I'm gonna go see about the DNA sequencer and the other stuff. Everyone else do whatever you need to do.
Oh,
And probably
also
stay on the ship.
let's set up Xanthus, if you wouldn't mind. We've restocked the fabricator. If you wouldn't mind, so we need to get everyone's measurements, and I could print you out this like super lightweight armor layer I've got for you. That's
Ooh.
and like Alex, like he usually wears coveralls, right? And he opens it, he's got this like kind of shiny silver, I guess. I don't know. We didn't actually decide that, Bill. So
Whatever you'd like. He could
it's a little bit matte.
he can
kinda like
fabricate it in whatever color you'd like.
You know the wrong side of tinfoil that isn't like mirror shiny. It's like kind of, it looks kind of like that. It's not tinfoil, but it's that color.
That's gonna be my biography title, by the way. The wrong side of tinfoil.
like Benjamin is so on board for a tinfoil suit.
It's not tinfoil.
It doesn't
Sounds
matter.
like, does that
Yeah.
come in black?
I mean, I actually think I probably could do that. Yeah, this is just like the raw material that I invented a material. Holy shit.
Yeah, you invented a bulletproof material.
Essentially, yeah.
And
It works better if you have other stuff on top of it. This is meant to be an undersuit.
Got it. And you're
but-
going to give a copy of it to Xanthus.
Well, it's in the ship's computer, and I want to print one out for everyone. If you don't mind me taking your laser measurements, you probably have to be naked, or you could be naked with Xanthus instead of me.
Why not both?
I'm gonna go see about the DNA
I'm happy to
sequencer.
help. I'm happy to help, Alex. Of course, and yes, these could be fabricated in whatever color choice you'd like.
But we do have to scan them naked, right?
Sure. Yes. Depends on how close a fit you would like. Yes, if you would like a skin tight body fit, which is the most effective way to wear the suit, then
Oh yeah, I guess we could scan you
That
in
would be the
whatever you
best
want to
way.
wear under it. It's just going to be less effective.
Got it.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
we-
put Monty in his tank.
Okay.
Where's
Where does it
where's
stand?
the scanning happening?
Well, I've got a 3D scanner in the engineering. That's how I
Okay.
did this one.
Great, let's go.
And now maybe in everyone's mind, there's a moment of like, was Alex naked in engineering?
Yeah,
I
no,
assumed
already
that was
assumed
already the
that
case.
multiple
Yeah,
times.
we're pretty sure that's just how you program.
Yep.
Like, I assume it's a static thing.
Yep. So I'm just gonna. You all get started. I will get in the queue for the bulletproofing later.
Okay.
Ooh, I have a great idea. I'll talk to you about it when we're done, Alex.
Well, all right.
Great. So it sounds like Sal and Alex are going to go now, so Sal can get scanned, because I have a
Yep.
feeling Sal is very on board with getting better armor
Yep.
as fast as possible, it sounds like. And Blue is going to go put Monty back on the bridge.
Mhm.
And Miles, are you headed back to the station?
Yep. Headed off the ship to the station.
And Benjamin, what are you doing? Are you gonna wait
well, I mean, like,
until
yeah,
Alex
I'd
is?
wait my turn for the fabrication scanning system. I don't know, like maybe that, like we
Okay.
put a little whiteboard with signups. I don't know.
Let's all go to the workshop. Let's all go to the workshop.
Okay, so Miles, let's take you to the station.
And so on the way, I call like our procurement person
Mm-hmm.
and say, "Hey,
yes. How can I help you, Mr. Manning?
just a last minute thing. We have some consular duties that we'll need to take care of shortly off ship. But before we go, we apparently have need and use of a DNA sequencer."
Oh, well, that's a bit outside of the purview that I would usually handle. I could attempt to speak to some of the
If you know
agents in the medical,
or yeah, if you know
group,
someone that I
perhaps
can,
they'd be able to help.
yeah, if you can put me in touch with someone. I mean, it's a relatively, I know it's unusual, but it's a relatively short relatively short notice, and we would like it before we have to leave, which we do in another couple of days. Minimum.
Well, yes, of course, Mr. Manning. Let me see what I can find. Let me make some queries, and I will let you know if I can find one. Do you have a? I'll see what I can find.
All right, sounds
I'd
good.
ask more questions, but I don't even know if I could find one.
All right,
Before I start trying to fulfill some kind of special orders, let me see what I can find.
Exactly. Yes. See what you can find. All right.
Yes, of course.
Excellent. Thank you. And the other thing I will do once I'm off the ship's network is move my flight to find Dr. Owens.
Okay. Sure. Do you would you like to just keep it on an open ticket, sir?
Yes.
Would you like to...
Yes. For now, keep it on an open ticket. I have been called onto some business that will delay my travel.
Oh yes, of course, no problem at all. We'll just keep it as a reservation, and there usually is some ship leaving within a day or two of whenever someone requires transport. So I'm sure we can accommodate.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And then I will go to a bar that is not on the ship and drink in the morning before I return.
a little late morning drinking.
All good at coping, guys. Great coping mechanisms we have for our situation.
Yep.
Sal, if you would just stand here, this will just take a few minutes for me to get a proper scan.
Great. Do I have to not move or?
Yeah,
That
just
would be
stay as
preferred.
still as you can. And yeah, so Xanthus, if you want to operate, I'm just going to look at the computer here to double check.
Sal
And
has no
Xanthus
shame. It is just
I mean,
like,
Alex is trying to be polite. He's not like looking at a picture of Sal naked. He's looking at like the wireframe mapping that's supposed to come in.
yeah, I feel like Alex has probably been averting his eyes because like she's like walking into engineering, like robe off. Okay, where do I stand?
That plate.
Oh, right over here, Sal.
Cool. All right, and then just stands like eerily still. For a
All right,
human.
and he takes about 4 minutes to get a complete scan. And then when he's done,
I believe that we have all the data. Has that all come through, Alex?
Yeah, it looks complete. Sal, do you want this as like a one piece or like a top and bottom or like what? It's just I want to put the seams in right.
Oh yeah, probably top and bottom is ideal. One piece is real hard to like for all day wear if you're gonna wear it other things because
Oh,
bathroom.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
What's yours, Alex? Is yours a one piece?
One piece.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, he's so used to wearing coveralls, but like coveralls have a flap if that's a convenient thing for a person. So I don't think he's really thought about it.
What's the scan look like? Is it interesting?
Do you
What?
walk up and take a look?
Yeah,
I could
definitely walks up and takes a look.
Yeah, so this is the wireframe, and then we put the mesh on top of this, and then the fabricator does every little seam and adjustment, and it's this material that I came up with that I thought I'd been thinking about for a while, and I put it together, and it made sense. And it was all because of the research you and I did, and
Awesome.
Xanthus.
And I think when you're explaining and looking at the thing, and then when you turn, you're like, oh, it's the research you and I did. Sal's just naked next to you, and you kind of forgotten for the moment because
I'm
you're
very
into
pointedly
the wireframe and blah, blah,
like
blah.
looking at Sal's forehead.
Yeah. She is unfazed, just like it does not occur to her that it's awkward for you.
Yeah, well, he's like trying to be respectful,
Like, oh yeah, huh, that's cool, and just like goes over and picks up her robe and starts putting it back on.
Yeah, really. I mean, I couldn't have done this without you and Xanthus. This was a huge leap forward. And I think, like, honestly, for the three of us, if you want, I think maybe we should market this at some point. Like, this stuff people could want. If we could get a mass production going, we could make a lot of money with this.
That's a good idea. I mean, this like thin layer of armor at this like protection level, yeah, that is extremely marketable. At least in my old job circle.
Yeah, I mean, it's not super effective by itself, right? But like as an underlayer,
yeah,
I think a lot of people would want it.
Plus, it's nice and subtle, so you're not like walking around heavily armored.
Yeah, it would be a little something even by itself, but yeah.
Sal, I'm curious when you were there and you were getting scanned, and when Alex saw whatever Alex saw, does Sal have a lot of like physical remembrances of the work she does? Does she carry
you mean like scars?
or...
Yeah. I mean, she's been shot, stabbed, had things dislocated.
Do you have a
all
series of,
I mean,
like,
because you
skull
can
and crossbone tattoos
there's
for every kill?
I mean, because the reason I ask is that you could easily have different levels of fairly complete cosmetic surgery to have nothing, or you can carry it.
Yeah,
So I
I
was
think
wondering-
ones that are in spots that aren't easily visible, she doesn't care about. Like any that are like she has a small scar in her eyebrow, but like most like facial and hands, maybe forearms, I think she would have removed just to avoid recognizability.
Mhm.
But anything that's in a kind of more covered area, she doesn't give a shit.
Like a shoulder or back or wherever, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Well, Sam, if it's not player wise, if it's not awkward to have Alex talking about Sal's body, I think he would be like, see a bullet wound and be like, holy shit, is that a bullet? Like,
yeah, and she's
that
like
okay
enthusiastically telling you. Yeah, she doesn't care.
okay.
So
You can pick where it is, but I think he would, like, he's never been shot. He's been like stabbed and beat up, but not shot. So
yeah, I think it's probably like through the like
yeah.
side meat of the, not in any organs or anything. She's like, oh yeah, it passed right through. Turns around, like, look where it came out. Over
holy
here.
crap. That's a fascinating shape. I mean, I've seen them in textbooks and stuff, but like, wow.
Yeah, that one hurt pretty good.
How long did it
Not
take to
gonna
heal?
lie. Not that bad. I was on a job, so honestly, I didn't really notice. I just kind of like duct
just had to
taped
keep
it
going.
up and finished the job. But
Yeah, my friend Hutch was like that. She was a Marine that I met out in the field. She'd been shot like 4 times and was just mad about it. She was impressive.
oh yeah, if you're in the middle of something, it just kind of like pisses you off. It's as long as it doesn't hit anywhere useful.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, not quite as bad as getting stabbed with something serrated. You probably don't want to know that.
Oh, well, I actually would rather know about it before it happens to me so I know what to expect. Because I'm not afraid to get in a scrap. I've never been in anything worse than like like a little 4-inch blade or something
Yeah, that's not too bad.
bar fight,
Yeah, don't recommend getting shot. If somebody's coming at you with a blade that's got pointy bits except for like the one.
I did get that laser burn. That actually healed up okay, but I'm gonna leave that scar. I think I'm pretty proud of that.
You should. Yeah. Yeah, I just I had a couple removed from like my hands and stuff because when I was doing a lot of covert stuff, you don't want like real obvious identifiable marks.
Yeah.
Because then the authorities can say like, hey, we're looking out for this girl with a giant scar in her arm.
Yeah, I could see how that would draw attention.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, look, I still need to learn how to use this sword properly. Like I got the basics of it now, but like if you ever have spare time while we're traveling, I mean, I got a long ways to go on my project here, but really I want to know how to use the sword. It is sometimes more convenient than getting firearms out in space.
Totally.
So
yeah, I'm up for some sword practice. Yeah, when we do the jumps, let's get some sword practice in. I'm gonna get started on the next on the Turnabog project too. I told Miles we wouldn't make it operational until we found Dr. Owens, but I'd like to have it ready so that when we find Dr. Owens and everything's fine, I can be like,
you can just boot it up.
Activate.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hi. I'm real sorry.
Hey. I think like Alex's shirt came off when he was talking about his shirt. He's like, hey, look at this. This is cool.
Like, okay.
Sal's got like her robe half on and it's just like not dressed.
Yeah, Xanthus implied it was my turn to come down and do my scan. I'll leave you guys. Sorry.
No, you're.
Oh yes, please come in, Benjamin.
No, she's done.
I'm done.
Oh.
We're just shooting the shit.
If you could just stand over here and remove your clothes, we can begin your scan.
All right, this is the party now. Let's do this. But I do specifically bring the blue hair to get the inside scanned so it could have a foil lining.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll just get your skull and we'll add a hood to yours.
Yeah,
then you can put whatever hair you want on top of it.
Yeah, but then there would be like the weird neck.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
So that would be very exposed, like, oh, you're wearing something. And in a full armor situation, that's not a big deal, but in fact, it's probably beneficial. But in the, I want to be a little
I'm going to add a hood to mine. Sal, do you want a hood?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, I'm going with that.
So if I could could I get both? Like, could I get the subtle...
Well, if you don't have the hood on, it's going to get all bunched up in your clothes.
Well, if it's very thin, you could just have it stick flat to the back, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, I could make you one with a hood, and I could make a scrap for your wig.
Or
Absolutely.
Can you make the hood removable? Like it can attach on there?
Well, I've got a better idea. We'll make it just like a cowl that you pull on.
Yeah, okay.
Right, and it's not attached. Separates, right? Sal taught me about separates today.
I was thinking for me, could I get one piece with just a flap? Like old-timey minor 49er long johns?
You're gonna have to show me a picture. I don't know what you mean.
Like, it's a whole single piece.
Jason knows what you mean.
I know. Yeah.
Okay.
But then Benjamin can proceeds to describe it with words rather than look it up.
Okay.
Like a whole, and then it's just basically over the rear. There's just a thing that opens up so you can do your business if you have to do your business.
Okay, well, yeah, strip down to whatever you want to have on underneath, and we'll get started.
Is it like warm? Is this like is it going to be like a
really,
sweat situation?
It's not warm or cooling. I mean, you won't get super sweaty in it, which is convenient, but I wouldn't, don't think of it as an insulator. It's not really.
Okay, that's great.
I wanted it to breathe.
Yes, that's what I was asking. Because, like, I'd want to have some under things on underneath if it was going to be like a stifling sweatsuit.
No. Because I got to wear it in my vac suit, right? So that's, yeah.
Great. So then I'll just take it all off and do my scan. Just
right.
The Vitruvian Ben.
All right, so Xanthus will scan you.
Has that come through, Alex?
Yeah, this looks complete.
Excellent. Thank you, Benjamin.
Sure. Oh, I on the topic of, like, I don't actually, it's not like I pointed out because I wasn't there for that part of the conversation exactly, but, like, Ben has, like, this nasty, ugly looking scar on the back of a calf. Like,
ooh,
super bad. Like, I probably required some surgery to reattach calf muscle to leg kind of scar.
Okay.
You can do with that what you will.
I think Alex is gonna, like, put the scan gets put to bed, and then you're probably like getting dressed again. I assume, unless you're like Sal.
Unless we're just gonna change the whole tone of this ship.
So what did you gnaw your leg off to get out of a trap? Like what happened there?
Well, gnawing is kind of it. Like, I had a lot of pets as a kid, and
oh man, I wasn't allowed to have pets.
Well, I wasn't either, but sometimes when you buy a pet off of a random ship comes through your station,
oh my god,
it's not as friendly as you thought it was going to be, kind of situation, that kind of
okay thing. But you were a kid, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Okay, this is just wildly irresponsible to buy an alien creature off of a ship.
I think that's when you say that, that's when Blue shows up with Monty on her shoulder again. Okay, hold on. What is the state of everyone's dress? I do have to ask now.
Shirtless.
Pantsless.
Sally,
like I've got my drawers on, but I don't have my pants yet because we were talking about the leg.
Yeah.
Unless Benjamin looked super uncomfortable with her being there, she was just kind of hanging out. She's got like pajama bottoms on and then like a kimono robe, but it's like open, so there's a lot of underboob happening.
I do love our commitment to sweat clothes on the ship. Cool, awesome, real engineering.
It unexpectedly has turned into show your scars day at the park.
Yeah.
So
okay.
If you'll come over here and stand here, Blue, and disrobe, I can scan you for your suit measurements.
Are you gonna get a set for Monty?
I look at the frog.
And he's awake now. Monty's awake, and he's just like,
is the material out? Like, can we see it?
Well, there's the top part that I've peeled off of me.
Yeah.
Like, you could grab my sleeve.
I'm more. I kind of look at Monty. Weird. When you made, okay, so I cannot think of a single thing. We have not found a single thing that would repel another psionic's ability, except for, another psionic person. I guess I have to ask, this seems stupid. Do we think that, do you know what that material is? What is that material?
Well, I mean, I came up with the formula myself. Are you asking whether it will block psionics?
Kind of, yeah.
Weirder
things have happened.
It wouldn't do anything for you to read my mind, right? You're not gonna like make me flip out.
Can you put it on?
Yeah, yeah. And I like pull on like a full hood, like a balaclava, Bill, and
Please work, please work, please work, please work.
I might as well experiment with this. I'm gonna waste all my psi points today just playing with these powers.
They refresh
Right.
when you sleep, right?
They take two, it's like a 2-hour cooldown, and then they come back 1 hour.
What are you attempting to do?
Let's read surface thoughts, which is somewhat reliable.
And Alex is singing his school's fight song in his head. He's a rugby player, so he's
Right. Sure.
Yeah, sure. Cool.
Okay.
Okay. Just making sure. And it was with okay, cool. Cool. Oh, I didn't actually ask I didn't check what the thing was.
It's an 8+.
Telepathy is a +1. 7, 9. I can't do math, guys.
Yeah, so whether it happens or not, you are unaware, Alex. But Blue, you're hearing some school fight song that Alex is thinking about over and over in his head.
What was your
But you also
mascot?
know, Blue, you know that unless someone is psionic, they cannot tell if you use this ability on them.
Interesting. Okay. What's your school? Like what's your mascot?
I feel like we said at one point
I cannot recall.
we're the gas bags.
I think we did talk about that. I think it's somewhere. What's a gas bag?
Oh well, it's what we collected. We harvest gas on my planet, Amphelia.
We tried.
Oh dang! Okay? Well, it's a good song though, huh?
I'm gonna go get in the machine.
Alex is like humming it now. It's catchy.
Yeah, I'll hop on into a scanner. I feel like Blue is not comfortable being just like naked in front of everyone, but like understands the necessity of like this sort of situation.
Yeah. So whatever it is you want to wear under it, keep that on, and then
probably
Does she
like
look visibly uncomfy?
Oh, incredibly.
Like I would totally bail. Like I'm
Yeah.
not a jerk.
It's not like it's not like she's upset about being nude. It's more of a like, this is a situation that is like weird with your friends. It isn't weird for her, but like a little weird because y'all are a new crew.
Well, possibly as an analogy, people always say, well, like, if you're in the military, you were naked around people all the time. Like in my college dorm, there was a group shower, right? Like I don't ever want to do that again, but I can if I have to.
Yeah, it's more of a like, this is a necessity. And she's also still probably wearing like an undershirt and like shorts. Like she's not like completely nude or anything. So just hanging.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I'm a little disappointed that the thing didn't work, but I don't know anyone who like
You're a little disappointed. I had him make a whole hat.
Is that why?
Maybe.
I'm trying to find Blue's list of tattoos. As long as we're doing this, I can't find it now. I mean, there isn't anything terribly interesting.
You have a butterfly.
She does have a butterfly tattoo on her ankle.
She has your coordinates.
She has her coordinates on her arm, and the other ones you can't see because they're in her hair, or they're where her skull is. So there's not any like. She has normal.
Oh, is it like an Agent 47 barcode? Like, did they make you get?
Is your hair grown over it at this point?
Yeah, it's been a minute since she got them. I mean, if anyone looked real close, it's there. She has the date that she had her first psionic awakening. She and Enola have those. It's very cute. Anyway, and like she has surgery scars and stuff. Otherwise, like they're pretty. She's just normal, uninteresting, scraped knee kind of person.
Alex? Yep. Looks like a good scan.
None of the comms or anything make would ping on the scan, would it?
Oh, your internal stuff? No, because he's scanning. He's doing like an outside.
Yeah, it's purely like
a wireframe.
It's like a sonar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, laser. It's a
Oh.
laser
Miles
scan,
returns-
which is not intrusive at all.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I just remembered Blue does have an appendix. She has a scar where her appendix was taken out.
Mm. Okay.
Everything else
When
feels nice.
Miles returns to the ship, we can scan him as well, and then all the data will be in. Fabrication for the suits should take approximately 11 hours per suit,
Okay.
and I can begin whenever you'd like, Alex.
And Xanthus, I know you're real tough, but do you want a set for your body as well?
I don't believe that would be necessary. It seems that it would be a misuse of materials. There's a lot of projects that you're working on.
How much
Okay.
material do these take?
I mean, not a
Well,
ton.
you know,
but
you had
there
to
are-
bring on a double load of materials because Sal's project will take basically one load of fabrication materials. These take up like a good chunk of another load, but you want to have some in case you have to fabricate parts or,
Yeah.
you know, it's basically, you know, if you run into problems on the ship, you can 3D print almost anything that you can design. So it's most ships, if not all ships, have some level of fabricator and then fabrication materials. So, you know, if they're stuck out in the middle of the black, they can't, there's no parts store to go to. They can fabricate something.
And for everyone's reference, Bill, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is +4 armor and unique in that it stacks with whatever you're wearing on top of it.
Yep, that is correct.
Normally armor doesn't stack like that.
Do we expect to get in many, like
wow.
Blue will ask this of Alex. Do we expect to get in any sort of physical combat like this? Really?
I mean, we're heading after known fugitives, hopefully to save them, but they don't know that we're there to help them. And if the Institute has sent anyone else after them, I'm not going to hesitate to pull the trigger on that mess.
I find it's generally safer to just always assume you're going to be in combat.
And then not need to.
I guess
Sometimes.
I mean, if we make it past the I explode your head phase of contact, then they still might have gone for, you know, a weapon before we
I was
can
gonna
convince
say
them.
the thing I'm worried about is the explode your head bit, but you're not wrong, I guess.
Well, I
Well,
was worried
I mean,
about
that takes-
too, but
A lot of effort versus pulling a trigger, right?
Uh
I mean, Monty just slept for half the day and because he jumped 3 feet.
Monty's a frog.
Blue, when Alex mentions Monty, you notice he's not on your shoulder.
Oh no.
Did you come in? I don't think Alex noticed that you came in with him. Oh no, I did, because I saluted
Yeah.
the captain.
And you don't really recall taking him off before you scanned. You just kind of went and got a scan and didn't really think about it. And you were all talking, and now you're like, oh wait,
Yeah.
where did I
I
put Monty
hate-
down?
I do hate that we have a frog that knows how to teleport.
Didn't you,
I thought I did. Monty.
Ursula, do you know where Monty is?
Monty's in the room with you. Can you
Oh.
not see him?
oh god, I didn't
Oh.
check the chair.
Everyone check your shoes.
Sal just
Um,
pulls him out of her pocket. She's like, wait a minute. Ah,
What?
And Monty's awake. He looks totally groggy a little bit, and he like
Totally.
nuzzles in your hand and kind of gently rainbows.
she pets him.
That's not gonna be useful. Maybe it is.
And then has an idea. Monty, may I have your permission to lick you?
And he's like, and he like rainbows like a ton.
Blech. Licks the toes.
All
Thanks,
right.
bud.
I'm gonna get on that later if that's okay with Monty.
Well, I hope y'all didn't need me to do anything today.
No, but I may be joining you in just a minute. So
Okay.
we've got a while before Miles is back. Everyone else's scan is in. Xanthus, you
Yeah.
don't need me for anything right away, right?
Right?
Hey,
No, you're perfectly fine. All the work here is done. I can begin the fabrication on the first suit if you'd like to tell me whose is that, and then I have other duties that I can attend to if you would like to take the morning, afternoon, evening off.
Ursula?
Ooh, me first for the suit, please.
Yeah, I mean, first in, first out. I think. Yeah, we'll do Sal's and then Blue's. Or no. It was Sal and then Ben and then Blue. Yeah.
Excellent. I'll begin on Blues.
Yes, Blue.
Okay. So, Sal licked Monty.
With his permission.
I just, do we have a way to make sure that people, and I like look at Alex and Sal, don't
A trip
leave-
guide.
Just don't leave the ship, safely, like the rest of us can. But anyone who has licked the toad and maybe is experiencing elevated heart rate and I don't know.
Wait, do you need me to have the ship locked down? What's wrong?
No, not like a full lockdown. I want to make sure that no one has a bad trip.
Yeah, a trip guide.
It's
I just
good. No,
need
so-
Ursula to sober sit.
I'm not gonna leave the ship. This is where all my stuff is.
Here's the real quick thing though. Sal, I trust you very much. I know the effects of the frogs that can happen to people. Would you be okay if I locked your gun storage room?
Absolutely
right now.
not. What if I want to practice shooting?
No.
Do we have I've never ingested the toad situation.
Back in pocket.
I assume Monty's gonna show up when he wants to. I feel like I regret unlocking this ability in Monty. Teleporting hallucinogenic toad.
I'm gonna go get some snacks. Xanthus, when you're done with bodysuits, I'd love to talk to you about the Chernobog project.
Oh, absolutely, Sal. I'll let you know as soon as the fabricator's free.
Sweet.
I hate
Thanks,
that you're
buddy.
gonna work on Chernobog right now.
I'm not gonna work on Chernobog. Am I
watching? Who am I watching? I'm really confused. Benjamin, what is happening here? People are going on a trip? I'm very unsure about what's about to happen.
It's a slang term for having ingested a psychoactive chemical. Something that is going to affect their perception.
Won't that infect your mental neural pathways and your brain chemistry?
Yes, absolutely, yes. But some people like that feeling of where it might cause your brain to go. So we just want to make sure everybody's being safe. So if you could alert us if anybody's behavior seems to be going in a risky direction. And don't let anybody open an airlock without consulting with someone that hasn't licked the toad.
Speaking of keeping everyone safe, it's always safer to travel with a buddy. Monty, he directs his voice at Sal's pocket. Would you mind if I licked you as well?
I hate this, and
I'll look so much. Pocket to see his reaction.
Bill, I'm trying to remember. I believe Monty knew that Alex ate toad before.
Yeah, except you're still being Ursula.
You're Ursula still.
Oh, sorry. This is Bill, not Ursula.
Oh my God!
I think at one point he knew, and I was trying to explain that it was an accident, and I apologized to Monty.
Right.
I know that I apologized.
You can see him rainbow, Sal.
Oh, I think rainbow means yes. So
okay.
Out and hands him to
Thank you, Monty. I appreciate that.
I feel like I'm watching a car crash in slow motion.
And she just said, "Would you like to keep napping in my pocket?"
And he nuzzles in your hand and closes his eyes.
Oh, buddy. Okay. Puts it back in pocket.
Can I send a message to Miles?
No, no.
Terrible idea.
Miles has
Of course
enough
you
on his
can.
plate.
Dad!
You're what are you
Sound like
drinking,
Toad.
Miles?
I'm drinking some whiskey in a very nice high-end bar with a nice view of the space and the station, and it's real nice.
I
Me
think
too.
You might be back at the bar in the Glittering Crystal, which has got the best view.
I'm not there. I'm not that.
Oh, you're not there?
No.
Okay.
I know better than that.
Okay.
Somewhere, nice and clubby and chummy and very nice.
Okay, no worries.
Can I
Maybe
send a
having
ping?
a little breakfast.
Can I send a ping
yes,
to Miles?
of course you can, and you can use your sub audio.
Okay.
You could,
Miles
right? Don't you have
is-
your built-in?
Yeah, Miles is gonna get
Yeah.
a ping, and it just says, "Okay, don't freak out," but nothing's wrong. In fact, I think the whole situation could actually be under control because Ursula is gonna watch over everyone. But Sal and Alex maybe licked Monty, and everything's fine. It was all consensual, and we all got scanned for power armor. So whenever you're ready, don't freak out or anything. Take your time. I understand that everything's been very stressful, but just so you know, nothing is wrong.
That inspires a lot of confidence there.
Yeah, a ton of confidence. I feel.
And I'm sure you're saying that like very like sotto voce, because you don't have to like really
Yeah, it's
pretend
sort
to
of
say that because you're using your
yeah,
Yeah.
which
Yep.
so that whole thing is like a hushed whisper.
And this is a two-way communication. It's not like I get a message. So
Mhm.
this is-
No, yeah, it's
And-
like she's
I mean-
open to.
Hey, Sal, you want to watch a movie or are you doing your own thing?
I'm getting us snacks. Let's watch a movie.
All right,
You want to come up to the gun closet?
let's go.
And Sal's in her gun closet.
Sal's in the gun closet.
Yep. Okay. Thanks for letting me know.
Everything is under control.
Thanks for letting me know. Everything. Yep. Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking to Miles?
Not no more because I've hung up.
Well, I'm not anymore.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
it wouldn't necessarily be like over. You'd almost she's like,
well,
oh
yeah, but like,
We've established
but
Blue
yeah.
does not have a poker face, though, so she
Right,
has
yes,
just been
sure, right.
staring off into space, just like
like mumbling,
kind of
Yeah.
whistling and mumbling.
roll
So, yeah.
subtle shit.
I was totally gonna be like, just tell him to like take his time, like come back in like 3 hours, and it should be fine.
I don't know how long this lasts. This
Well,
is
I
the
mean-
same as the call where it's like, do you remember the kitchen?
I'm assuming that I got a bigger dose than one lick, the first time around. So, and that lasted a couple hours, I think.
Yeah.
So,
I
Yeah.
don't
And
know.
you didn't know what you were getting too, so it was scary.
yeah.
I genuinely did not think very hard about the properties of my hallucinogenic toad that I told Alex not to lick as a joke once. I need you all to know this.
Yeah. Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
So we're rolling with this together.
Alex is an adult and the toad consented, so that
Yeah.
you know.
I have no problem with you having whatever recreational activity you want to have. I just want to make sure that you're still my friend on the other end of it. Like you're not evacuated out into space or something. That's all. That's my goal.
I'm just worried about what happens when the trip happens and y'all are in a gun closet. But that's
Mhm.
I'm
Wait
gonna
a minute. Wait. Are the dogs in the gun closet or are they in the
Yep.
turret?
dogs are also in the gun closet.
Oh, that's even better. Chernobog.
Chernobog online.
Why?
If
Why are you doing this?
This will
man?
definitely make it better.
if anybody on board makes a move to use a firearm in a method that endangers anyone else on board, can you use your newfound robots to see if you can remove the weapon from the equation?
People are gonna lose arms today.
Without hurting anyone.
Negative. Units are under voice command of Brooks, Salander.
Oh,
all right.
Saw that coming.
It was worth a try. All right. I appreciate your efforts. Can you let me know if anybody gets shot?
Affirmative. Notification will be made to Lister Benjamin.
Thank you. I appreciate
tell
the
the
help.
whole. Why doesn't he just tell the whole ship?
Well, I mean, it's a worst case scenario. I can tell everybody, but
You know what? That's valid. Sorry, I'm just quickly just gonna look at the book about what my regeneration abilities are, just in case.
You have regeneration abilities?
Kinda.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Just for
wounds may be
yourself or
healed.
other people.
It doesn't seem like it. No, it's wounds may be healed.
Healing
That's what it
spit?
says. No.
Healing
No.
spit. I believe that is that's under awareness, right?
I've,
Yeah,
I've
it's
been
under
watching a lot of
awareness.
Steven Universe, y'all.
Yeah,
I'm-
that is self.
Oh, I cannot help y'all, but if you shoot me, don't.
Yes.
in the meantime, I'm going to go find a portable medkit and carry it.
I'm very nervous about the two people tripping
Do you
in the gun closet.
You're suddenly nervous?
I mean, I kind of have a low level of constant anxiety anyway. This-
Oh, boy.
Here's another important thing. Blue, would you like to go spend some time maybe locked in the bridge, just having a nice conversation?
That may be what we do.
Cool.
Ursula, will you let us know if anything crazy happens?
Oh my God, what is going to happen that's crazy? Is that the
Nothing.
right way to use that phrase?
No,
Is it, oh
Ursula,
my God, Benjamin, is that right? I just looked that up for an
yeah.
expression of extreme concern.
It is we're a little concerned, but only because we care about our friends very much. That's all.
We just
So,
want to make sure no one gets hurt.
But they're having a great time, so we're gonna let them
Yeah.
have their great time, and we're gonna go on the bridge and just have a great time ourselves. And then the one last thing I'd like you to do is, can you make sure that all of the external weapons to the ship are disarmed for a while?
Yes.
That'd be wonderful.
Yes, that can be done.
Yeah, just I mean, not disassembled or anything. Just maybe have an interlock on there, so they have to have like authorization from someone that hasn't licked the toad to turn them back on.
I'll have it where it needs your authorization, Benjamin. I trust you.
Okay, that's great.
This is the moment when that toad teleports into your mouth. I'm just going to throw that out there. Anyway, let's go to the bridge.
Weapons authorization assigned to voice command Lister Benjamin. Acknowledged.
That's never not going to freak me out.
Yeah, he's a little severe, but I
Love
mean,
it.
useful in that severity.
Favorite. So
You should probably go to the bridge now, I think, Benjamin. Then, if you're concerned.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, we're going to make our way to the bridge while
I'll grab a
whatever's
couple of
happening
Lunchables
here.
on the way.
Yeah,
through the...
something like that.
Like,
what movie does Alex want to watch?
Well, I was thinking like all 9 parts of the Frozen trilogy of trilogies.
Ooh, I don't think Sal has ever seen that. She's on board.
Okay.
Excellent.
Animated magic seems like a good a good time right now.
Right, 1, 2, and 3 were super solid. 4, 5, and 6, like you kind of have to have the flavor for. But then
Then they picked it up
7
again in 7, 8, and 9. It really, but 7 doesn't make sense if you didn't watch 4, 5, 6, and so
Sure, you don't
Yeah.
understand why the Frost Wars are happening if you don't
Right,
watch
right.
5 and 6. Exactly.
But you have to watch it in machete order, right? Like you can't watch it just 1 through
Oh,
7
yeah,
or they're
obviously.
9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sal is super invested once it gets to the Frost Wars. She's like, yes.
Yeah.
Miles, I don't know if this has influenced or affected your depth or speed of consumption. But you do get a message back from your procurement officer.
Great. Excellent.
Mr. Manning, I have found a genome analyzer and sequencer.
Mm-hmm.
There's only one on the station,
Mm-hmm.
but it's currently being used at the medical facility on Rust Rise.
Ah.
I've made arrangements for you to be able to use it, but they need it there right now for some tests apparently that they're running.
Yes. Nope. You know what? Never mind. Our need of the sequencer is minor at best. Rustrise needs it for all of the appropriate reasons. We will either attempt to use it when we get back, after hopefully the situation on Rustrise has stabilized, or we will find another way around. But I appreciate the effort.
I wish I could have been of more help, but certainly I'll keep you apprised if it returns to the station the next time you're back from your trip.
Sounds good. Thank you very much.
And what is the rest of your? Do you go back to the ship? At any point?
No. I will not be doing that. No. I'm going to have lunch, a nice long leisurely lunch, and read some books, and get a hotel room.
Excellent. How nice of a hotel
Pretty nice
room would you like?
I'm gonna treat myself.
Yeah, the
Pretty
kids have a
well.
sitter,
Yep. I'm going to sleep peacefully in a very large king-size bed, possibly take a long bath, eat some nice room service, maybe a good vat-grown steak, and call it a night.
You can actually get a room
Mhm.
that is expensive but not exorbitant, at the Starshine Excelsior, which is not the best hotel, but is like the second best hotel.
Perfect.
And I think as you check in there, you have an excellent meal. They bring it to your suite, and you're kind of having a you time.
A little me time. A little quiet, little taking it easy.
Are you gonna let us know you're not coming back to the ship?
Nope.
Okay, that's fine. It's not like we had like a shootout with a guy who's hellbent on killing Sal at any point in the last few
If
weeks.
you're wondering where I am, you are free to call me and I will tell you, but you're all good to go.
Okay.
So Sal and Alex, you're on episode, you just finished episode 7, the cliffhanger after the Frost Wars.
Which was weird that episode 8 was almost entirely a flashback, but it was so important,
Right. So you're saying that because that's what episode 8's going to be, right? 7's like the big cliffhanger, and it's you find out that that the main antagonist on the side is actually Elsa's son, and and it's like, oh my god, it's like, oh, what's gonna happen? And then you're like, oh, the next one's really weird because it's a whole flashback thing. How are you? The trip is actually like very mellow.
Yeah,
You're
I
not getting
assume
any weird
licking instead of
spikiness.
consuming an entire
Yes.
frog is a really different
Mhm.
experience.
So I think that is maybe one of the things that would filter through. It's like, oh, taken in the correct dosage,
Yeah, that's a pretty chill
or in the
experience.
correct way is like, yeah, it's actually really nice.
Mm.
Sweet. I feel like Sal has like dragged all of the pillows and blankets off of her bed and like made like a cozy nest on the floor for them to like hang out in and eat snacks while they watch the movie.
Lean on a dog.
Yeah, lean on a dog. She's like throwing popcorn over her shoulder to like see if the dogs can catch it. And
Yeah.
no, they catch it like Fenris does, which it just goes thunk and bounces off, or just like
And there it is on the
just
floor.
stays on the head.
Mhm. Yeah, I think there's some littering of popcorn on the ground, and then there is some that's just on top of, one of their heads. I don't know their names because I don't think you named them yet, but on the
forgetting
red
the
one's head.
Yeah. So yeah, they as far as Sal's concerned, this is a great lazy day at home, getting a little toad high with her robot dogs and her navigator friend and watching all 9 of the Frozen movies.
Right. And I kind of think that like it's been fun. You guys have been hanging out and bonding, and neither of you has really kind of realized that you're in like our like 11 or 12 of the high. Because it's just been so smooth. But man, these movies are so good. They're like so good.
This is like the best movie series I've ever seen.
I'm so glad. I don't like to tell everyone that I like these movies so much, but I'm glad that you like it because it's I just think there's an artistry to it that people don't get, like it's just, and like Alex starts to tear up a little bit.
Sal puts her hand on your shoulder, just like, I know, man. It's like it gets you in the feels, but also like the murder feels, like, oh man.
Yeah, like the triumph of what you're not even gonna believe episode 9. Like just get ready. You're gonna want to sit down for this as he's like 80% prone.
Oh yeah,
So
that's a good idea.
Benjamin and Blue, how long are you up there before you start wondering where everybody might be?
It kind of depends on what Benjamin and Blue end up talking about, but like I think by our like I would say like when it starts getting dark, but like we're on a space station, so it doesn't really matter. By around dinner time, I would check in with Miles again. I have no idea what the toad does. So Ursula hasn't said anything. Maybe they're just asleep, but if Ursula doesn't say anything, I don't know that I'll check in on them. Until like actually probably around 6. Like, you know what, let's check in on everyone at the same time.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Who do you start with?
Do you want to ping Ben?
I'll just go down there.
Yeah, why don't you check on
it's
them?
fine.
I'll ping Miles again.
I mean, I don't think we're like locked in or anything.
No,
No, but
the
like
door
I
is,
have to
like,
knock
not
on
locked.
the door.
That's just polite.
I think like right at a moment in episode 5 at this point, probably, or near the end of 5 or 6 maybe.
The ones you kind of have to power through.
Right, you can power through, but like this is where there's like storm giants are moving through one of the lands. They kind of seem like they were non-threatening, but then you hear this like that like seems extremely loud and outside of the scope even of the film. And I mean, maybe that's just stuff, but there's definitely like a it's happening.
Whoa.
The sound in this one is like really surround.
It's like they're real.
Yeah. But the storm giants are on the ship.
If I could get up, I would look for them.
Yeah, I could get it, but I don't wanna.
Yeah.
And Benjamin, you knock a few times, but no one seems to answer.
Like after a couple of times, then like with the polite amount of wait in between each one, then there'll be the like slow wait, did we decide if we have like Star Trek style doors?
I think they're side slide, right?
Okay.
Mhm.
So all right. Are they like super scary Star Wars speed side slides? Or are they like the
Dramatic
Star
effects, they are.
Trek style, like just casually open?
Yeah, I think they're slower. Were they irises? Do we have iris doors? I don't remember. They do whatever you guys want. I think they slide in like one side, but not like the crazy Star Wars.
Pocket
Like,
doors.
oh my god, I
Yeah.
actually decapitated myself.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, then I will try to open the door, like hit the button to do so.
Would you have locked your door, Sal?
I don't think so. She doesn't want to lock it in case she can't figure out how to unlock it and needs more snacks.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
so-
good.
Party like a pro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. Yeah. So
not her first
the-
rodeo.
right. So the room becomes slightly brighter, and you open the door, Benjamin, and
Yeah,
they're both
like-
in there in a pile of pillows, leaning up against the two robotic dogs watching a hollow projection.
And this
Great.
light lasers in behind us.
Mm-hmm.
We got this. The storm giants are real.
Whoa!
Okay.
Turn the sun off. Rude.
Well, I'll like step inside and close the door then for sure. But like everybody good?
Ben, be careful.
Ben!
The storm giants are on the ship.
Okay. Cool. You guys need any more snacks? You good?
You should probably
Yeah, we
hide
need
out
more
in here.
snacks.
You want some more snacks? I can get some more.
Yeah, get more snacks and come watch these badass movies with us.
Yeah, just don't get stepped on.
Okay.
Yeah, don't get stepped on.
I'll be careful. They're too big. They're not going to notice me. They never go for the guy with the snacks.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah. Get chocolate. I didn't bring enough.
Sure.
And the nacho in a bag. I only made 3 of them and they're done.
Oh, we're gonna need at least 4 more nachos in the bag.
I think I can do that.
Plus the caramel popcorn. I don't think the dogs like the regular popcorn.
It's just popcorn spread around.
No, it's just in its mouth, but it doesn't know what to do with it. Okay. All right. So popcorn, nachos, chocolate. I'll be right back. You
Yeah.
guys enjoy the movie. I'll be back in a minute. And then once I'm outside, I'll call up to the bridge and be like, I think they are on a whole different trajectory than I was the last time. Or in fact, Alex was the last time. So I'm feeling pretty good about the situation. Unless it takes a real bad turn, I think we'll be cool.
Okay. I guess.
And Clara, you said you were checking it like 6 hours in.
Yeah, like you
It's
probably
hard to
went under
imagine
it.
it turning bad after
Yeah,
like
at-
6 hours.
Yeah. At the point at which like y'all Ursula hasn't said anything. Miles is completely fucked off.
As is his right.
As you know, we've had a lot of fun, and he deserves some Miles time.
Absolutely.
I just am terrified of what would happen. Like, I don't like the idea that you are experimenting with things that we don't know what's going to happen.
Well,
when
that's
we
how you
are
find
on
out
a
what happens.
Government mission
Oh,
to
you
find other psionics.
Oh, you don't like that, huh? You don't like it when people just start doing things they don't know how it's going to turn out.
Ow!
You realize that that's
Ow.
no fun, huh?
I felt that in my heart.
He gave me the vapor.
I'm out of character. I'm very excited for everything that's happening. In character, Blue is a ball of anxiety.
I kind of almost want that to have been a conversation. It doesn't have to be. But
I
like,
think actually Blue
Blue
has to, is
calls
gonna
Miles
check
and
it.
just says that,
Yeah.
like, I'm really concerned about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you gotta
Amazing.
call it like 6, and it's like, are you coming back to the ship?
Oh no.
Why?
I figured you had it well in hand.
I have to ask, what about the situation makes you think I have this in hand?
I don't know. You're there. You've described what was going on. I don't know. You let them both lick the toad, so I figured you figured that was a good idea.
Okay,
And-
okay, we need to, I have no control over their actions.
Really?
Yes,
Wow.
they're just doing things.
Huh. How about that?
They're just doing things, and
What's
I don't
that
know
like?
why.
Yeah, how about that?
Miles!
Well, I'm sure it's going to turn out fine. I'll be back at the ship in the morning, and then we can head off on our way.
You're not worried about the fact that a bunch of people who, or not a bunch, but like 2 of our crew who, a crew, by the way, that is hunting psionic people,
Yeah.
have just imbibed a bunch of, I don't know what kind of drug this is, frankly.
If I may be so bold, your 2 best fighters.
Yeah, our 2 best combatants
Yep.
have imbibed a lot of a drug that we
Yeah.
don't know what it does
Yep.
or how long it lasts.
Yep.
And there's someone who can read minds who
Yep.
we're going after.
Yep. These are all accurate statements. I'm not sure what you want me to do about it. Because
You can't see me like just gesticulate like.
I think that it is very clear that this crew is kind of going to do whatever it wants. So I'm just going to let that play out. And then we'll figure out what happens next.
Respectfully, I hate this.
Well, you go to space with the crew you have, not the crew you want. I will see you later.
It's literally
And I-
true.
And
Click.
as,
Click.
He
Yes,
says
it is.
click to hang up the call.
Click.
and as Miles says
No.
that and
I
hangs
said
up,
click.
Yeah.
as Miles says that and closes the communication, we cut to a ship basically coming in away from the station, far enough away from the station, but has come out of jump drive and is moving towards the station, and it has markings on it that show it to be a ship from the Navy, but not a naval ship.
Mhm.
More
A
of
Navy
a
transport or something.
more of a like an escort shuttle or attack shuttle size, not shuttle, but like a slightly larger than a scout,
Mhm.
but menacing in shape, because of course it has to be menacing.
Yep.
And as it starts coming towards the station, that's where we go to the closing credits for the episode.
Perfect.
Yep.
So thank
Great.
you, everyone, for coming along for tonight's ride here on Yuma Station. Hope everybody had fun tonight playing and watching or listening. We would love it if you'd share this game with your friends. And if you're new to the show and want to catch up on previous episodes, please point your browser to happyjacks.org/Yuma Station. And if you're interested in any of the other wonderful, delightful, marvelous content on the Happy Jacks network, be sure to check out the calendar after our closing go around. I do want to end with an announcement. We are going to have a 3-week, not 2-week lag between this session and our next one. So our next game will be in 3 weeks on August 30th. And we are going to be having a special guest star joining us for a session. And we are excited to be having Noah Averbeck-Katz, who you may know as Rin of Star Trek Discovery, joining us to bring some legit space action onto the show. So
Somebody who's actually been to space.
someone who's actually in space. Yeah,
Definitely,
actually.
yes.
And
Definitely,
I believe
actually.
was an alien too, Jason.
Oh,
so
my.
very exciting.
There you
to hear
go.
that and
Oh my
legit.
gosh.
My time has
Um,
come.
Just
so
in
we're
time to
super
get that
weird, I
excited.
promise.
Yeah, we're super excited about that. Please put it in your calendars. Make sure to join us then. Not that there is no reason to not be here every single week for this amazing cast of characters and players. If anybody has anything they'd like to throw out on what they're doing, please feel free to jump in. I'm going to be super loosey-goosey about it and not drive around the table. Except I'll start with Jason again, because Jason has always got something going on over on his Twitch stream.
I'm the winner now. Hi, I'm Jason. I stream a bunch over on It's Probably Okay. You can follow me on Twitch and Twitter at It's Probably Okay. I'm on there Wednesdays and Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, and here on Happy Jacks every other Monday. So you can follow me there to see what's up.
I'm Sam, also Red Pan Droid. I'm just going to jump in. You can also find me on Jason's It's Probably Okay channel playing bartender / wizard necromancer on Saturday mornings. And also here on Happy Jacks on, let's see, this coming Sunday for possibly the finale, maybe, of our Glittering Night Vampire 5e campaign, where I am a Malkavian satanic nun, like usual.
Speaking of vampire, I'm Clara and I've been playing Blue. I'm all over the internet as clearly_golden. I am wrapping up my time on Queen's Court Games, the All Night Society, as Maya, a La Sombra investigator who is just a grade A bitch, and I love playing her. But we're wrapping up our first season and it's been really fun. So you should go check that out too.
Cool. You can find me at my Twitch channel if I get through all of the hassle of the beginning of back to school for my pile of children and my wife who works with schools. Then I will be back on there and driving some truck around the greater United States and eventually playing some of that fancy New World game from Amazon when it comes out. So yeah, other than that, I'm here and having a wonderful time. So
And you can find me on the socials at Jay Holtham in all the usual places. You can also find me on Jason Mills's It's Probably OK's Twitch channel on Saturdays, and every Friday a new episode from 12-Sided Stories drops. Currently Otherworld Seattle is dropping, and you can find me playing games there.
Excellent. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Hope you're enjoying it like we're enjoying it, and we'll see you out there.